Yo, I muted the wrong thing and unmuted the other thing. Hello, how are we doing? Good evening, Gorp, Riley, Minty, Roxy, Eminem, Mitz, Newman, and Crunch, and Tash. Tash, congrats on first. How are we all doing today? Want another tulip wave of viewers for this? What is a tulip wave of viewers? I don't remember. I remember Tulip having a particular wave of viewership associated with it. What was there? Did that happen? Hold on, let me get the fire started. Beautiful. Hi. No, Fallout New Vegas is not starting today. Fallout New Vegas is scheduled for tomorrow. Today we are doing what won the wheel on yesterday, which was the poems of Emily Dickinson. Cat is burning. She likes it by the fire. It's warm. New Vegas is an unstable game. I might want bug fixes. Yeah, I should probably look into that. I'm sure there's some good guide on Steam at the top of the workshop or something. Just excited for it in general. Yeah, whatever. I'll live. Can you backseat stream right now? Yeah, sure. What do you want from me? What do you need? What's the backseat, Gorp? Does this hag, only because she's 200 years old, have like 2,000 poems? Yes, she does. 1,800 apparently. Now Roxy, here's what's happening for today's stream. She dies in chapter 200. All right, permanently banned. Oh wait, I meant to ban you. Whatever. This is too loud. Spiritfarer, you are a little bit too loud. Okay. Through 13, it was only 13. There's only 13 here. I didn't actually see how much we have in here. Roxy put together an entire like document, which is like complete like I mean, I don't know. Okay. With like background information and everything. I guess. I don't really know exactly what the schedule of this stream was. She looks, like from the 19th century, before they had like, nutrition and shit. So it's pretty good. It's like when Ted Kaczynski bombed people into news stations would read his manifesto. In what way is this like that? Who is Ted in this situation? I don't know what you mean by that statement. Also, hi, Dronin. Anybody have a good Tuesday? Anyone do anything fun today? I did nothing. I did not leave the house, which is fun. That's cool. I also, if you have good music suggestions for this stream, you can go ahead and throw them my way, because I just kind of threw something on. You had dentist. Oh, very nice, Dronin. Good. I'm happy for you. I hope it was like not bad. I like the dentist. I always do. Anyway, this is apparently Emily Dickinson. Roxy threw together an entire primer of what's happening in 1830, the year of Emily's birth, which I feel like her birth year isn't totally relevant. Like, surely that's not too relevant to her story, right? Because it's not like she remembers being born. So hi, Karens. You can play this in the background. 1973, In Search of the Perfect Pint. Classic barbecue. Oh my god, I read BBC as barbecue. Classic BBC documentary. I don't know if this is going to be going on in the background. Might be a little bit distracting. But yeah. Okay. Well, what did we write here? Indian Removal Act. Is that relevant to Emily Dickinson? Right. 1848 revolutions. Apparently less big of a wave of revolutions. Some classical musicians that I've never heard of. Okay. Actually, I've heard I've heard of Schumann, but more for the astronomical sense than the musical sense. Was the men fighting to keep your Perry from being apple juice? Oh, I don't know what a Perry is. Latter-day Saints Church was invented by Joseph Smith. Good. I'm assuming Emily will have a lot to say about that. We got Poe. William Lloyd Garrison. Okay. Okay. I'm remembering flashbacks from high school US history class of what is going on in the first half of the 19th century. Incredible work. Okay, here's the meat and potatoes. What's going on with Emily herself? Amherst in central Massachusetts, big house, well-off family, of course. Who cares what she has to say? She's rich. Bad Bish, hello. How are you doing? Welcome in. Shout out Bad Bish Shujo. How was the rest of the stream? Good to see you. We're seeing what's going on here. She authored around 1,800 poems, only 10 published in her lifetime. She wrote intense letters to people. I guess there's nothing else really to do in the 19th century other than sit around all day. Like, assuming you're in the class that doesn't have to work. There's nothing to do except, like, fucking write poems, you know? It would be kind of sick to be alive at this time when, like, not having to work is, like, rare enough that, like, not very many people can just kind of sit around and write poems. And so, like, any poems, like, anybody gets to become famous. You know what I mean? That's kind of my picture of this entire era of history. Probably not exactly straight. You conjecture she might have had a thing with one Catherine Turner. She wrote sort of low-key thirstily to men and women. Again, I believe it. Again, if she's sitting at home all day with nothing to do, then what else are you gonna write? Everybody's stuck around waiting to hear me read poetry. Oh, I'm so glad. Thank you, thank you, Bad Bish. I hope you're doing well. Consistent preoccupation with death, nature, and God, right? Well, what else is there to write about? Again, really, I mean, that's like pretty much covers everything. Like baking for neighborhood kids and gardening with flowers and looking at birds. Again, not much else to do. You know, this mostly just sounds like a woman who was bored to me and like needed to have video games to play. Died in her bed ailing from kidney something or liver something. Yeah, that sounds about right. Okay, she wrote it on paper. She loves the dash. Okay. She trained ChatGPT. She capitalizes random words because she likes German. Cool. What is Emily Dickinson Wikipedia article is written like a personal reflection or personal essay. Uh-oh. Somebody had very strong opinions on Emily Dickinson when they wrote the Wikipedia article. What a shame. Okay. You're genuinely so excited for this? Hey, Thief, how are you? Welcome in. Remember to snap and not clap? Is anybody going to be snapping? German capitalization do feel random sometimes. I mean, German capitalization is just nouns, but I don't know if she's capitalizing every noun. I mean, so far, she is. Enunciation test? What's up, Voodoo? Do I normally have problems enunciating? Let's see my cadence? I don't know what that means. Well, I mean, I know what cadence means, but like, how am I supposed to identify what the correct cadence is or what a good cadence is by just reading, you know? I do see a lot of dashes. There's a not. Holy shit, the spring of my mic arm just like made a noise and it scared the shit out of me. Who's worthy of being a noun in this day and age? That's a good question. You got the job. Let's go, Thief. Congratulations. Hooray. I'm proud of you. No, that's awesome. Also, Roxy, I do note there's no titles to these poems. So I'm just going to title them after I read them, I guess, based off of what I think a good title would be. There's a note of what a Bobo link is. Okay, so what do we have here? Some keep the Sabbath going to church. I keep it staying at home, with a bobo link for a chorister and an orchard for a dome. And some keep the Sabbath in surplice. Surplice? I know what that word means. I just wear my wings, and instead of tolling the bell for church, our little sexton sings. God preaches a noted clergyman, and the sermon is never long. So instead of going to heaven at last, I'm going all along. Okay, that's cool. So, first of all, first thing off the bat, I don't know what the fuck a surplus is. Bubble link is what they have instead of the internet. That's what I was thinking. Oh, it's a bird. Hold on. That makes a lot of sense. Hear the bird sing. Do I like Sylvia Plath? I don't know who Sylvia Plath is. Remove the Digimon frog with a brass worm wrapped around his neck. Okay. Remove Appa's frog, or Appa's avatar, or persona or whatever. Sure. Okay. I don't know what your problem with that one is, but okay. Your first tattoo by Tattoo Gun. What was this? Lady Lazarus by Sylvia Plath. Oh, wait, you got this entire thing tattooed on you? It's really long. That must be a huge tattoo. That's cool. Surplus is priest vestments. Okay, and I know what a courser is because I played Silk Song, and that's one of the enemies in the choir. is the courser. So what are the vibes here? She's saying like, fuck church, because I can just like sit at home instead, and it's like nicer. And why bother going to heaven if you can just make your life on earth also worth living instead? Which, you know, feels a little bit short-sighted if heaven is really all it's cracked up to be, but, you know, that's fair. I don't know what a sexton is. Is this a... I don't know what a sexton is. We have so much vocabulary that I need to Google. Church officer. Responsible to maintain... Okay, so these are all just church words. That's why I don't know what any of them are. That's cool. It's very fighting suicide. Her poem? Just the verse you align with the most. I see. You'll save up 15k to re-add Gekomon. Gotcha. Good, good. Was this prepared beforehand or 24 hours from last stream? Roxy just made this. I was just gonna like look up an actual book, but Roxy just like put this paper together. I didn't make this. So he's not like the other dog mats. Yeah. I don't know. You're saying this? Wait, are you reading this as fighting suicide, Bad Bish? Or are you talking about your Sylvia Plath poem? If anyone has an Emily Dickinson poem they like, post it. Yeah, of course. Anyone can share any Emily Dickinson poem they want. I don't really know. Do I need to zoom in more? I probably need to zoom in a little bit more. It's probably small. Or just make the font larger. I don't... So, what are you supposed to, like, say about a poetry after you read this? Yes, you are reading that here. Really? Okay. Help me see the text. Help me see your vision. Some put their knickknacks into the drawer, and frankly, I don't mind them, but me, I store things on the floor where I can always find them. Oh. It's whatever makes you feel whatever. I mean, that's fair. Sure. Maybe my problem is, like, I don't feel things. Maybe that's my problem with the whole poetry reading. Common meter. Oh. That's someone else's? Someone else's what? I don't understand. I don't know what's going on. Yeah, so I guess this is just her, I don't know, this is just her saying, Mom, I don't want to go to church. I can look at the garden or whatever and I'm bored. Just like, good for her, I guess. Should we do poem number 2? Oh, how do I... No, come on. No. There we go. Is this not... Yeah, that'll work, I guess. Not a drop down? Why... Google, why do you suck? Why do I have to choose between 13 and 15? Okay, whatever. She's like Steve Jobs. She's very similar to Steve Jobs. Your LKNK is not hat. I'm sorry, what inspired the poem night? It won the wheel. This is a wheel spin. LKNK is not hat. I'm so sorry. I'm lost. What is this? More Lady Lazarus? Is this the same one? You wasted points as a joke. Yeah, the thing... Now we're stuck here. My link is not that. Oh. Wait, what? Okay. So this is the poem that you like? This is your poem? I don't know what you're I don't know what's happening. A song request from Gorp. What does Gorp have? Grans. Okay. What is Grans? Also, is it fit the vibe? Let's see if it fits the vibe. Oh yeah, that's vibey. There's a piano in there. There you go. Thank you, Gorp. Let's do poem number 2. Tell all the truth, but tell it slant. Success in circuit lies. Too bright for our infirm delight, the truth's superb surprise. As lightning to the children eased with explanation kind, the truth must dazzle gradually, or every man be blind. Are these the same poem, or is this one poem and then this is the next one? I'm not sure where your gaps are between poems in this. I assume this is a self-contained one. No, it's not the same one. OST made you cry? It is a nice OST. Your poem starts with I've done it again. Okay, good. Oh my god, I see the word Nazi. Should I read this? Well, hold on. It's Dickinson night first. Try hard poem. I didn't actually read it. I just read it out loud. Didn't actually read any of the words. Tell the truth, but tell it slant. Success in circuit lies. Too bright for our infirm delight. Lies. Too bright for our infirm delight. The truth's superb surprise. As lightning to children ease. Explanation kind. The truth must dazzle gradually, or every man be blind. Okay, I don't know what the fuck this is saying. The stream is so scattered. Well, I don't really know how I'm supposed to do this. How are you supposed to do a poetry stream where I'm reacting blindly to poetry? Also, good luck on Graveyard Keeper Thief. Agree? What, it's scattered? Prank the reeds? Wait, what? What do you mean crank the reeds? Like, don't do any analysis, just read it all out loud? I thought the whole point was to, like, do analysis. Can we do half face cam, half poem? Isn't that close enough? Isn't it what we already have? Oh, how am I supposed to do poetry? Yeah, I don't know. I thought the idea was that, like, we would read it and then we would, like, discuss together, like, our interpretations of it. You know, that's like, that was my assumption. That's what I had in mind. I am having trouble parsing this, but there's like a lot of like whack shit going on, like the whole you know, dual meanings of lies with success and circus lies when you're talking about that's just wordplay. That's just a pun. Honestly, it's not even like double meaning. It's just a pun using the word lies here. Too bright for our infirm delight, the truth's superb surprise is lightning to the children eased. Explanation kind, the truth must dazzle gradually, every man be blind. This is just saying, you know, let people down gently, or, you know, don't tell kids that Santa Claus isn't real, or, you know, temper the truth a little bit so that it's easier to read. I should have a discussion timer, 30 seconds each. There's only 14 poems in this document. I mean, I do have the complete poems of Emily Dickinson over here, so I could read like all of these forever. Stop the OC when it gets to a certain part. I mean, this is only one 7-minute song, so. Feel a little hostility? Do I want to pivot? Hostility from whom? From me? Lady Lazarus help you get through cutting? That's well, that's great. I'm sorry, you keep linking this. Do you want me to read this, Bad Bitch? I was going to read Emily Dickinson first, but I get the feeling you really want me to read this because you keep linking it. So I will, I guess, just give me a second. That page is way cooler. I should use this one instead. Okay. I can read the Plath. Oh, Sylvia Plath. You just really turned? That's okay. Yeah, I don't know. I get the, I guess, I don't know. It's hard for me to think of like chat interaction here, because like normally what I would do when I stream is I would like talk with chat about things, right? But I get the feeling nobody here in chat wants to talk about these poems. So all that's really left is for me to read it and then move on. So you think Plath is genuinely a better poet? I believe you. I don't really know. Like when your family asks about your fursona. Yeah. Is it? Vote every chapter if it's good or bad. Every chapter? This one seems a lot more like there's a lot more technical stuff going on in here. I kind of like there's like things happening with the puns and with the rhyming and the everything. I like it. Okay. Down to discuss, you're simply very opinionated? Well, yeah, just, I don't know. It's very syntactical. I don't really know what that means. I mean, everything has syntax, right? Yeah. Okay, I guess we'll do the next one, because no one seems to have anything to say about that one either. Is this... Okay. Boom. To fill a gap, insert the thing that caused it. Lock it up with other, and 'twill yawn the more. You cannot solder an abyss with air. Okay, what the hell does that last part mean? You cannot solder an abyss with air. I have no idea what this means at the end. But, or really in general, the sentiment. I guess, you can't. What, solder an abyss with air? I don't even know what soldering means in this context, other than, I mean, like, soldering is when you, like, melt two metal things together, right? Some authors use syntax better, at least arguably. I guess I don't know what that means. Like, what is syntax? Yeah. Those are contemporary soldering implements? I see. And what do they use? I mean, solder is like an actual, like, material, isn't it? Like, a thing? I guess air is not such a material. Okay. Mostly lead. Oh. You think she was lead poisoned? Emily Dickinson? Do you think? Okay. Yeah, well, chat doesn't seem to have anything to say about that one either, so let's move on to the next. She just didn't want to go to church. Yeah, that's fair. That does seem to be a pretty common theme here. This one's a little bit longer. I don't know why it double clicks every time. I heard a fly buzz when I died. The stillness in the room was like the stillness in the air between the heaves of storm. The eyes around had wrung them dry, and breaths were gathering firm for that last onset when the king be witnessed in the room. I willed my keepsake signed away, what portion of me be assignable, and then it was there interposed a fly, with blue uncertain stumbling buzz between the light and me, and then the windows failed, and then I could not see to see. What's the significance of the fly being the last thing that you see before you die? Snaps. Thank you, Riley. You need to read it with more passion for chat to get enthralled? I don't know. In terms of English, soldering is like forcing two terms to work together when they could work together. Announcing they must work together in terms of your usage of English. Oh. Really? Is that what that is? I guess to me, the having like a fly be the last thing that you see before you die is just supposed to be kind of like unceremonious, right? It's like talking about how, you know, the actual final moments of death are kind of mundane. And however, you might wish that there's like some kind of big meaning or significance to the end of life with like a king or a heave of a storm or signing away all your material possessions or whatever. It's just like the fly is the last thing you see. Reference how bad that Breaking Bad episode was. It was so bad it killed her. I thought people liked that episode. Wait, I haven't seen it, but I thought that was supposed to be a good one. Are you on mushrooms? Are you talking to me, Roxy? What makes you think I'm on mushrooms? What? What? You're just freaking around here? Not me. Oh, okay. Maybe. Yeah, maybe she really hated that episode of Breaking Bad. Not smart enough to find the meaning in existential poetry. Bad Bitch seems very heady. No, Bad Bitch is just, you know, normal. Okay. Yeah, that's what I got from that poem. I don't know if anybody else got anything else. Doesn't really sound like it. Okay, next one. Let me not mar that perfect dream by an auroral stain, but so adjust my daily night that it will come again. It's cheating, by the way. You can't. No one actually. I don't think even in 18 whatever people were saying again. That's fake as hell. Not when we know the power accosts. The garment of surprise was all our timid mother wore at home in paradise. Auroral stain. The hell is an auroral stain? It's a slant rhyme? Yeah, it's a fake rhyme. Also, hi, Autumn. Mom's naked at home all the time? Is that what's going on? All our timid mother wore at home in paradise. Garment of surprise? Is the garment of surprise nothing? Let me not mar that perfect dream by an auroral... What is an auroral... What does auroral mean in this context, other than relating to? Auroral. Of or like the dawn. Oh, okay. Thank you, Autumn. Also, hi, Bo. Sleepy Brungo poems, you'll pass out to this? Great idea. All she wore was surprise. Perfect dream by an auroral stain. What is it? Was hat relating to dawn? The stains relating to dawn? So adjust my daily night that it will come again. Okay, so she doesn't want to wake up. In other words, auroral stain is dawn breaking. She just doesn't want to wake up. You know it from Disney's Sleeping Beauty? Oh, that makes sense. And yeah, similar names. That way we know the power costs the garment of surprise will all our timid mother wore at home in paradise. So she's just dreaming of naked ladies? Is that what I'm supposed to take away from this? Sorry for your smarmy remarks. You're not a poetry head. Don't know how else to contribute here. That's okay, Minty. Nobody knows how to contribute to this. Probably, yeah, you think so? That's how I'm reading this, is she's just like, yo, I'm dreaming of naked ladies, and that's, I don't want to wake up. But, or, I don't know. I don't know how else to read about that. Consensus issue is queer? That's what Roxy said. Being taunted is authentic poetry slam vibes, is it? You should all roast me. Okay. Our mother in paradise might be a god or nature kind of idea. Yeah, if it's supposed to be... Yeah. She's just dreaming of nature. Seems less direct. You included that one because it was in SpongeBob. This one is in SpongeBob? Or the next one? I'm moving to the next one. I often wish... Hold on, there's more down here. I think this is also associated with it. Maybe. The line breaks on this or whatever. I often wish I was a grass or a toddling daisy, whom all these problems of the dust might not terrify. And should my own machinery get slightly out of gear, please, kind ladies and gentlemen, someone stop the wheel. Has all a codicil? Codicil is what, like an end point? Is that what codicil means? Like an end... No, that's not what that means. A will. A will. Okay. Like a cortisol spike. That's what it is. You relate to this one? Pros can analyze if lots of practice, but poetry is different. Playing rematch while I'm yapping, it's helping. What? Is rematch helping my yapping, or is my yapping helping your rematch? Stop the wheel. It's like an addendum, a codicil. Google said that it's like equivalent to like a legal will that you leave behind. So for me, yapping this whole thing? Oh, good. For me, what's interesting about this is that the first stanza is like wishing that she was like, you know, plant, nature, grass, daisy. And then the second stanza is referring to her own self in like, you know, mechanical terms as machinery and being out of gear and stopping the wheel. First step with Dickinson is reading the sentences and charting them out. Yeah. Right. So I don't know how you're supposed to interpret that. I guess the idea is that she does feel like, you know, machinery. This is probably some reaction in generically to onset industrial, whatever, nature, romanticism kind of deal. She feels like her own life is like a machine, and she wishes she was a little more plant-like. The final thing with has all a codicil, if that's like a will, and all is like everything, I don't know where to take that. Did I miss you reading Lady Lazarus? No, you did not, bad bitch. I'm doing Dickinson first. It's just a two-liner. Oh, I thought this was connected to the other thing. This is its own thing. This is a couplet on its own. I mean, that one's interesting. I would think. Because you were rushing. No, that's fine. You're good. You're okay. The question of if all has... okay, I really should read the definition of this more thoroughly in order to understand what it means. Testamentary or supplementary document similar but not necessarily identical to a will. Serve to amend rather than replace a previous executed will. Okay. If all has a cocktail? Oh dear God, how could you be late for Emily Dickinson? I don't know, but how could you? You wish you were a daisy in nature as well, waiting to be plucked to be given as a temporary gift of love between two soulmates. That's kind of beautiful, Riley. Is there anything immutable, eternal, is sacred, not subject to change? Is that what you get from this? For me, if you ask, does like a codicil as in... I mean, a will has to be executed after something is dead. That's like the only thing that you would be using the... Like, you would be thinking about the end of all if you're thinking about its codicil, right? For me, this is more about, again, like, is... Like, what comes after, what gets inherited after what is before gets destroyed. You know, if like nature gets destroyed, if the old order gets destroyed, if the world as we know it gets destroyed, is there like a succession in place? Is there like a will to see what comes next? Shame Roxy didn't include this one. TJ Laser poem. I don't know what TJ Laser is. Oh, this is Mass Effect.
Under the bludgeonings of chance, my head is bloody, but unbowed.
Who wrote that load of shit?
Invictus by Henley, one of my dad's sappy poets.
Let me quote a poem from the great T.J. Lacer. Hickory dickory dock. This bitch was sucking my cock. The clock struck 2, I dumped my goo and I dumped her at the end of the block.
Very good, Eminem. Thank you. Very mature. Want to try salvia, but you don't know where to get it yet? I don't really know anything about salvia. I mean, other than it is the genus name for sage. Best idea for a wheel spin since Brungo makes memes, but under a certain definition of best. This one is chewy. Yeah, okay, new poem. Let's go. It knew no lapse, nor diminution. Diminution? Is this diminution, not diminution? What is diminution? What a word? Decrease. I would have pronounced it was I would have thought it was diminution. Okay, apparently maybe I just don't know the word. 600th view on the video? Hooray. Okay, meme 81. Okay. Good. Did it in study abroad was nice. Since if you do THC in Japan, you get executed. That makes sense. Diminution's not a real word. Okay. I guess it was diminution, which sounds a lot faker. Diminution sounds better. Yeah, I threw on Spirit Fair. I felt like it was appropriate. Nuno lapse in order diminution, but large, serene, burned on, until through dissolution it failed from men. I could not deem these planetary forces annulled, but suffered in exchange of territory, or world. This one might have to do with Civil War era. Large serene burned on until through dissolution it failed from men. Dissolution? Not deem these planetary forces annulled, but suffered in exchange of territory. But so is you mean like the dissolution is like of the union in that sense? Do I eat barbecue? I mean, if you barbecue some vegetables, I'll eat them. Well, it's not typically what you put at a barbecue. It's like such a meat thing. Yeah, I mean, there's typically not much at a barbecue I could eat, but like barbecued vegetables are still good. No laughs nor large serene burned on until through dissolution it failed from men. Maybe just the social order before. Maybe. I mean, it's interesting because like I don't know, the fact that like it's whatever it is like portrayed as basically eternal up until men came around and fucked it up. Kind of feels like, at least in one reading, it's not talking about any kind of man-made construct like a country, right? This could be more like, yeah, the world before men came around and fucked it. What kind of music did Emily Dickinson listen to? A lot of Doom, I think. A lot of MF Doom. Made barbecued aubergine before. That would make sense to me. Eggplant would work good as barbecue. I could not deem these planetary forces annulled, but suffered in exchange of territory or world. Yeah. And again, like referring to literally extraterrestrial-like forces, both planetary and then in exchange of worlds, is kind of suggesting a, I don't know, some kind of like massive cosmic upheaval is happening, you know? Makes you appreciate haikus. I have very little respect for haikus. I think haikus are meme poems, at least in English. It's too big to fail, so it's just been mutated. You think? That kind of makes sense. But sarcastic. Maybe. I don't know what, I still don't know what the it is that she's referring to. Put in for poetry of Basho. Brungo does not care for haiku. Yeah, clearly what we need is another stream of this. Alright, next poem. Yeah, she was a Marvel fan for sure, as was common in those days. We talked as girls do, fond and late. We speculated fair on every subject but the grave. Of ours, none affair. None affair. We handled destinies as cool as we disposers be, and God a quiet party to our authority, but fondest dwelt upon ourself, as we eventual be, when girls to women softly raise, we occupy degree. What is these fucking dashes, girl? What the hell? We parted with a contract to cherish and to write, but heaven made both impossible before another night. Fair in every subject. Here's another fair. Alright, so she like, you pay her estate for these? Her estate's fine. This is what ChatGPT was trained on? Yes, exactly. This is Emily Dickinson GPT. Translating haiku does seem like it'd be difficult. Yeah. So this is just like what she, you know, met some lady one night out on the town. She probably didn't go out on the town. She met somebody in some capacity. They hung out. They were cool. They were chill. And she was like, "Hey, we should keep in touch." And then they never talked to each other again, which is kind of relatable. You know, I feel like that's an average interaction with somebody for me. Is I just kind of say, "Oh yeah, cool. That was nice talking to you," and then I ignore them and never did it again. I do like the keeping in touch is so hard. Yeah, I do like throwing blame for not keeping in touch to heaven, saying, "Oh, heaven made both impossible." Yeah, God said it was just so impossible for us to write each other or ever talk again. Or maybe she died. I mean, you could read it as the other person died, like the next night, immediately afterwards. But I mean, I don't know. Is there a particular reason to think that's what happened? I guess to be fair, they're talking a lot about how the one thing that we didn't talk about was death, and they talk about destiny and whatever. So there's a little bit of darkness in the poem to suggest that maybe that was the fate of the partner that was being talked to. But it's probably not directly textual, right? Like this hammer dulcimer. I don't know what that means. Taitoku embodies the cold, calculated construction mindedness of poetry writing, something Emily Dickinson really encapsulates. I don't know who that is. But I guess it's a haiku person. She lived in Massachusetts, Eminem. Okay. Wait, is this a different poem? Is this the same or different from this one? Is there a gap here? I guess there's a gap here. So this is one on its own. This may be a theme of self-repression and interacting with other women. Yeah, you could pull that there. You have a Polaroid photo of a girl you spent a semester abroad with from Massachusetts on your wall. Don't know anything about it though. Oh, so this is very relatable then. You talked to her and then you never kept in touch. Unless maybe you did, I don't know. Emily Dickinson's music book contains a host of vernacular music, which includes at least 20 titles associated with the Irish, Scottish, English, and American traditional fiddler's repertoire. I guess there was nothing else to listen to back then except for the fiddle. Could I have a little humor and be inspired by nature to make good poems? Maybe. Let's read this. Yar, volcanoes be in Sicily and South America, I judge from my geography. Volcanoes nearer here, a lava step at any time. Am I inclined to climb? A crater I may contemplate. Vesuvius at home. I don't get what she's saying. She wants a volcano? Is she just saying, yo, volcano sounds so cool, I wish I had one. I wish I could go to one. The well-known fiddle tunes in her music book, Durang's Hornpipe, Fisher's Hornpipe, and Drops of Brandy, are easy pieces that would have been part of her early music lessons. Okay. Best poems are epics that tell stories. Are they? I'm not really like a poetry person. You know, I think there's not a whole lot of gameplay in poetry. There's not, you know, they're really missing some of those Metroidvania aspects. What are the odds of these being on YouTube? The songs? Very likely. I don't know how much depth there is here. It kind of seems like she just wishes she lived in a cooler part of the world than Massachusetts. Which is fair. Alright, next one. Poems that tell a story are great, like the Odyssey. Poems that just say description of thing make you very bored. I guess, I don't know, I mean... Odyssey is like hardly even a poem if you read it translated, right? To him who keeps an I assume this is Orchid's heart and not Orchie, as in, you know, having one's testicles removed. To him who keeps an orchid's heart, the swamps are pink with June. Is this a typo, Roxy? Or is she referring to testes? Odyssey is good, but Odyssey is bad. Well, yeah, the standard for hero back then was quite different. Don't know if it's about contemplation making a sort of reality or maybe allegorizing her own local geography to more exotic reaches of the globe. Oh, maybe. How she wrote it, but she means orchid. Orchis is Latin. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Him who keeps an orchid's heart. The swamps are pink with June. Offering to pay for an orchid's the key to your heart. Duly noted. Also, I nobody. Pick with June, how lewd. I do wonder if there, I mean, is there supposed to be a double entendre with like orchid being like Latin for testicle in some way? Because I think that's like a thing, right? Folktales and children's story in Europe mostly started as poems. I mean, any story that existed in a time before most people were literate tended to be a poem because the purpose of meter and structure is to help memorization, right? Someone must have done a poetic translation of the Odyssey. Yeah, no, I'm sure there is, but it's just, I don't know. Also, hi, Prey. How are you doing? Thank you for the snaps. 100 Nolan's adaptation is going to make you Hulk smash of the Odyssey. I'm sure it'll be fine. Wheel again. Hi, cousin. Yeah, this is the wheel spin game. Orchid's heart. That would be the testicular root. To him who keeps an orchid's heart. The swamps. Well, I don't know. I don't know if an orchid has like meaning, because I know there's there's all this symbology regarding flowers that I don't know anything about. Like, I don't know what orchids are symbolic of. Okay. Game's so dumb. Can I play Hunt with you? Yeah, sure, cousin. No problem. Every flower means whatever you want. Okay, but there's probably something specific that Emily Dickinson was thinking of when she invoked orchids that I don't know about. I'm having a pretty good day, thank you, Nobody. I hope you're doing well as well. Also, Prey, I'm so excited for Silk Song tomorrow. Yeah, I don't know how to read this. I feel like I would need to know flower. She's making a flower pun? What's the pun? An orchid's heart. Swamps are pink with June. I have no idea what that means. I also don't know what June means. The showy orchid. Swamp pink. Oh, pink is pink is in the flower. The flower called pink. And what does June mean? Flowers are one of those things that have a secret language. I heard something about that, I think, but I don't think I was let in on the secret. Listen to Emily's favorite song and enjoy the image of the guy playing it. The Durang's Hornpipe. This is apparently Emily Dickinson's favorite song. Okay. It's currently playing Durang's Hornpipe on the fiddle. Emily Dickinson's favorite song. Before that, the Spiritfarer OST. Okay. Let's get to the next poem. They say that time assuages. Time never did assuage. And actual suffering strengthens as sinews do with age. Time is a test of trouble, but not a remedy. If such it prove too. There was no malady. Such it prove? I don't know what the phrase if such it prove means. That's a good poem. I do like this one, yeah. That, subjunctive, really seen in nature? I don't know what subjunctive is either. If he heals over time, you're never really hurt. Yeah, well, I get that. Well, okay, that's what prove means in this case. Prove just means heal. That makes sense. I mean, I get the general vibe of the poem is that the whole like time heals all wounds stuff is nonsense. It just kind of gets worse. Often dissecting adages and stuff. Yeah. Yeah. Time doesn't do the healing. Time tests the healing process. Yeah. Subjunctive is why you say it is necessary that he do a thing instead of it is necessary that he does a thing. Do I say that? Is that something I say? Apparently. What if it were a real mood? A verbal mood? I thought English didn't have verbal moods. I thought we didn't have to deal with that. That's scary. That's a cool one. Yeah. Mood is like more important in other languages, which is why I'm dumb and just speak the dumb language, English, with no rules. English sucks so hard. English is suck because it's great because it's easy. Like nothing. There's no rules to know. It sifts from leaden sieves. It powers all the wood. Sorry, it powders all the wood. It fills with alabaster wool the wrinkles of the road. It makes an even face of mountain and of plain. Unbroken forehead from the east into the east again. It reaches to the fence. It wraps it rail by rail. Till it's lost in fleeces. It deals celestial veil. Only rule is rule of cool. I agree. English should be an easier language to learn, if not for the whole orthography thing. Yeah, but who cares about that? English sucks because there's no rules, but also what kind of makes it rock. It's a liquid and goopy language. Do be goopin'. Wait, there's another stanza. Wait, is this all the same? Is this all the same? Oh, this is all the same thing. Crap, I wasn't done. Ah. Yeah, whatever. Celestial Veil. To stump and stack and stem a summer's empty room, acres of joints where harvests were, recordless but for them. It ruffles wrists of posts as ankles of a queen, and stills its artisans like ghosts, denying they have been. Well, this just kind of sounds like, you know, mechanization, you know, automation, whole industrial revolution nonsense going on. That's what I on a surface get from this is, you know, doing all these wonderful tasks and all this labor. It's snowing? No, it's not. This is the only place on Earth and it's not snowing here. Yeah, like it's harvesting the fields, it's paving the roads, it's doing all the factory work, it's powdering all the wood, it's doing all the everything. And then it stills its artisans like ghosts, denying that they have been. So I read this as then, you know, replacing, killing the jobs. AI is killing my job. It's snowing in the poem, is it? Where? Oh, is it about snow? Oh, okay. You're right. It is about snow. Okay. Never mind. I read it completely wrong. All right, my bad. I read the poem wrong. It's just about snow. Maybe not. I don't know. Interpretation is interesting and makes sense. No, I just didn't catch the surface level of what's actually happening. That's all you had time to throw together to fill the social contract of the bit, but flip through more if you like. Yeah, is Badbish still here? Badbish, did you run off? Because I could go through your Plath poem otherwise, now that we're done with Dickinson. Surface level is often a red herring in poetry. I don't know if there's really red herrings, it's just you can keep reading as much as you want until you're bored, right? Did you hear Infowars is owned by The Onion? Yes, I did. I did hear about this. Will there be a test? You're being tested right now, nobody, and guess what? You passed. Okay. If Badbish has left for now, Oh my god, that's a gigantic Komodo dragon. Thank you so much, nobody. The huge PogChamp. We do have more Dickinson randomly. This is like some complete collection from like the 1920s. So I don't know if it's organized in any particular way. I guess it's organized by theme. This is the theme of life. Yes? What? Second part about Tim Heidegger was more important? Well, I've heard about that too, but I don't know who Tim Heidegger is, so I don't know why that should... Like, I heard that, yeah, I heard that he was the creative director, but I don't know who he is. Is it insane how many views those Fireplace videos have? I think it makes sense, you know? Tim Heidegger is incredibly funny. That's good. Hi, Racing Case. You disappear, a ghost amidst the combat preparing to strike. That's pretty cool. Is that your haiku from Ghost of Tsushima? Remove some dashes and fix some punctuation and spelling stuff. Oh. No, I do not like the dashes. No, the dashes are iconic. War's about to become one of the funniest websites on the planet. Hopefully they do something cool with it. Oh, Borderlands 2. Should I just flip to a random page? How do I do this? Number 30. I'm gonna read one of these at random. We play at paste till qualified for pearl, then drop the paste and deem ourselves a fool. The shapes, though, were similar, and our new hands learned gem tactics, practicing sands. Is this just about gem tactics goes hard? Yeah, it's an interesting phrase. Is this just about like learning how to do things? Like learning a new skill? Like you practice in baby mode, you feel like a dumbass, but then even though you felt like a dumbass, it was actually preparing you for the real thing properly. Hard thing. That's all I got. I don't know exactly what the paste is in question, but I mean, apparently it's some kind of practice for cutting gems later on. We all started somewhere. Yeah. Look, we all wrote shitty poems in our closets when we were 13 or whatever. Paste is pretty neutral. Yeah. Gem cutting mentioned. I like that one. You started from the bottom, now you're here. Yo, I'm still a bottom. Let's keep going. I'm gonna, again, get a random one. Life, number 41. You wrote fan fiction? Same thing, Autumn. I've been thinking of getting back into writing to have something to do, you know? Playing at pace is like gluing things to paper. That makes sense. The soul unto itself is an imperial friend, or the most agonizing spy an enemy could send. Securing against its own, no treason it can fear. Itself its sovereign, of itself the soul should stand in awe. Yeah. Aw. Oh, is that a slant rhyme? Fear and awe? It seems like more of a stretch to me. Your sad school ground your enjoyment of writing out of you so fast. School owned my enjoyment of reading, but not writing. I don't even actually really like writing too much. It's just like the only creative pursuit that I can do because I don't have the mental fortitude to learn a new skill and I already know how to write. You know what I mean? Feel like she's comparing the soul to self-conscious. Yeah, I think she's just kind of reflecting on how, you know, you're kind of your own, you're your own worst critic, but also you're you know, biggest supporter or whatever. Like, kind of, yeah, constant reflecting on yourself. Some are slantier than others. That's a big slant. What is this link from Voodoo? Kim Heidegger trolls Alex Jones at the RNC. Okay. Just watch this.
Out here, getting in people's faces, not being afraid of standing up and speaking out, saying why they're voting for Trump. This guy here is doing a great impression of him, and so I'm gonna step away because he's quite.
Why is this video quality? This is a video of a video. It's like somebody recorded this off of YouTube.
Here, let's let this distractor get in here. Let's see what this Dumbo's doing.
And we have to understand that. At first, we have to acknowledge that. We have to identify that. And ladies and gentlemen,
Damn, his
Roger Stone is going to be my guest any second now, so stay tuned and join us here at the Republican National Convention, all right? Because
his Alex Jones impression is better than Alex Jones's Alex Jones impression. It's better than the actual Alex Jones. Pretty good. Why are you watching Alex Jones? Voodoo literally just linked it like 5 chat messages ago. What do you mean? It's because InfoWars got sold to the Onion. That's why we're talking about it. When its own soul can be the most dangerous enemy because it trusts itself utterly, and thus betraying the self can be more devastating than any external foe. Really? I guess I don't really know what that means. I think that's too abstract to me. I feel like my soul doesn't trust myself. Would I believe that was him? Based purely off of, not based off of looks, but like based off of voice. It's really good. My soul can't feel. Yeah, I guess that's my problem. You talking about me? Are you directing that specifically about me, Prey? You're saying my soul can't feel? Oh, the poem. I don't know. Maybe that's just a me problem. It might turn into a place where you can store pictures like Dropbox. That would be pretty cool. Okay, I'm going to skip to another one. We're still in the life theme. Number 52, shall we? Let's read number 52 here. Oh, I should read 6-7 next. Victory comes late and is held low to freezing lips, too wrapped with frost to take it. How sweet it would have tasted, just a drop. Was God so economical? His tables spread too high for us, unless we dine on tiptoe. Crumbs fit such little mouths, cherries suit robins. The eagle's golden breakfast strangles them. God keeps his oath to sparrows, who of little love know how to starve. Just me or is that fire getting hotter? You can just step away from the fire a little bit if you're feeling too hot, but maybe take off some clothes. So, you know, I could, I'd be tempted to read this as like a, generic upset about how, certain people get to live such good lives and not others, except that Emily Dickinson, from everything that I know, was kind of aristocratic and never had to work a day in her life. And I don't think she was particularly poor. So it could be more, because it says victory comes late, more a comment on how, like by the time that you have money and time and experience and establish yourself in life in order to enjoy life, you're old and close to death. Kind of how unfair it is that people get to retire when they're 65 and not when they're 20 and actually could enjoy being retired. That victory being spring. Oh yeah, that is probably the parallel here. But it's saying victory is coming too late for it to be properly taken advantage of, right? For you to actually taste the victory, for you to actually get it. How sweet it would have tasted. All the good stuff is too high, Youth is wasted on the young. Yeah, that kind of stuff. But it kind of the opposite. It more feel to me it reads like she's saying old age is wasted on the old. The The like benefits of being old is wasted on people who are already close to death. But I don't know. What do I know? AC is blasting and still melting your screen down. Oh, I'm sorry, bud. Yeah, try taking those clothes off. Okay, let's read 6-7. 6-7. Nobody knows. Thank God Reddit did not exist in our time. All the like great writers of the 19th century were just Redditors. A deed knocks first at thought, and then it knocks at will. That is the manufacturing spot, and will at home and well. Wait, what? It then goes out in act, or is entombed so still, that only to the ear of God its doom is audible. I see. Dickinson? Calling her Emily Dickinson is fucking savage. I'm sorry, but not the asshole. Yeah. So this is just a reflection on how, like, you know, like an act doesn't really exist. Like doing something doesn't really exist until you actually go out and do it. And as long as you just think about it, like, it doesn't matter to anybody except for God who knows about it, right? That's like the surface reading. I don't know if there's anything deeper than that, but you have to actually like do what you're thinking about for it to like count as existing and for it to matter. For too long, the only thing you knew about Reddit was 4chan and you still have them connected in your mind. Obviously they're connected, but not the same thing. You mean like, I assume you mean like 4chan's opinion of Reddit, or do you mean 4chan and Reddit were equivalent? Because they were equivalent to you. I was on 4chan, and 4chan fucking Reddit was the punching bag. Reddit was, you know, an insult. It was an equal insult to call someone Reddit as it was to call them Tumblr, which I guess is the same as equal insult for the Tumblr people to call it Reddit or 4chan. Reddit and 9gag? Yeah. Okay. I don't know if there's a whole lot of depth in 6-7, honestly. Maybe there's more depth in 69. Number 69. Remorse is memory awake, her company's astir, a presence of departed acts at window and at door. Its past set down before the soul and lighted with a match, perusal to facilitate of its condensed dispatch. Remorse is cureless, the disease not even God can heal, for it is his institution, the complement of hell. Compliment, huh? You like that one? I don't know what... You're back again. I don't know what calling it the complement of hell necessarily means, right? Because if you're asking me what the complement of hell is, I would say it's heaven, but like clearly she's not comparing remorse to heaven. I would think. It doesn't seem particularly celebratory of remorse. Unless it's just equating it to hell and that's all. Partner association. Yeah. just weird. I don't know. Maybe I'm thinking too much about how I would use the word compliment. Yeah, that sucks. We all regret things, Emily Dickinson. Get over it. Respectfully. Alright, well, that's cool. Shall we skip forward? What is a good number? Nicole, hello. You want to choose a number? You already do that. I felt a cleaving in my mind as if my brain had split poem. No, I did not. Taking it to mean that God can't cure remorse because remorse is the foundation of Christianity. Oh, you think it's like, oh, actually criticize, oh, or talking about, right, the old guilt part of Christianity. I kind of forgot that Christianity, like, exists and, like, has things to say. 6-7? We just read 6-7, Riley. Okay. I skipped forward to one randomly. That's still very popular with some people? Yeah. Is this... Okay, let's read 107. 6-9? We just read 6-9. The reticent volcano keeps his never slumbering plan. Confided are his projects pink to no precarious man. If nature will not tell the tale Jehovah told to her, can human nature not survive without a listener? Admonished by her buckled lips, let every babbler be. The only secret people keep is immortality. I don't know what pink means in this sentence. Obviously, watching wife play Tamagotchi, you're not heady enough for poetry. That's fine, Riley. That's okay. How's my voice holding up? Hey, Lilo. Fine. I mean, I'm not doing a whole lot of... Not talking any more or less than usual. Yeah. Eminem has been real quiet since this dropped. Yeah. Well, she was in here earlier. Pink? I don't know what pink means here. Confided are his projects pink. I don't get this one at all. I got nothing. Went back and watched the wheel spin you missed. You had a witty comment about it to make, but sadly the moment has passed. I'm sorry, Weapons. I know that feeling. Reading that as the rapper, I do think that's what Erase in Case was referring to, yeah. Reading poetry is different than just talking. Well, I'm mostly talking about the poetry rather than just actually reading it, right? I mean, I could stop talking about it. I could just, like, go through the list and read it over continuously. Down the list. But it doesn't seem as good. Does anyone have any idea what she's yapping about with this one? She really likes volcanoes, doesn't she? This is the second poem we found that has volcano in it. Not sure you get it either. Hi, Ironhawk. Hello, reading stream. Hello, reading viewer, listener. Piano reminds you of Back Home by Local Motif. Spirit Prayer is a really good OST. Your favorite poem is Shake, Shake, Shake the Ketchup Bottle, None Will Come and Then a Lottle. An axolotl. I guess it's like, is she just like defending herself for liking to listen people? She's just saying like, hey, don't yell at me for being like quiet and listening in a conversation because like, I don't know, listening is important or something. After I've been around in the era of glass ketchup bottles, I've handled glass ketchup bottles. I know of glass ketchup bottles. And no one was yelling at her. Well, I don't know. Maybe. I'm gonna have to stop this OST before we get to the lyrics, which I think is the next one. Glass ketchup bottle in our fridge right now. See, I've handled French's glass ketchup bottle. Okay, let's find one that's easier to read. How about 110? On the bleakness of my lot, bloom I strove to raise. Late, my acre of a rock yielded grape and maize. Soil of flint, if steadfast tilled, will reward the hand. Seed of palm by Libyan sun, fructified in sand. Okay, so this is just like, yeah, work hard and you can make something good out of a bad situation. I feel like this is, maybe I'm like reading in the same thing again as before. Maybe my mind is stuck in that area, but this seems to be a similar to theme to that other one about, you know, getting like the advantages of like getting old, of like growing older, you know, again, saying the, you know, of my bleak lot, I got bloom through like striving and late in life or whatever, you know. I have to skip this song. Am I winning? No. No, I'm not. Okay. Unless chat has anything to say about that. Oh. Yeah. To analyze poetry is important to know the auto-historical context it was written in. I know. That's why I mean, Roxy put together a primer of like background on Emily Dickinson in the historical era for the start of stream. She at the end of her career. Oh, you mean for this particular poem? Yeah, unfortunately, these poems don't list like when it was published. Which would be, this particular selection is not like annotated very well like that, which would be good to know. What kind of drink and candy you get from the corner store? Red Bull and Nerds Gummy Clusters. She might be running out of ideas. Yeah, maybe that's it. Okay, let's skip forward. Let's find one. Number 136. I stepped from plank to plank, so slow and cautiously. The stars about my head I felt, about my feet the sea. I knew not but the next would be my final inch. This gave me that precarious gait some call experience. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Has Emily jumped the shark? Could be. Franklin might, but we couldn't find a PDF. Yeah, we couldn't find a good PDF of the Franklin version. Red Bull, you kidding? No, Red Bull's the only soda I drink. I really like the flavor. Season 1 of Emily Dickinson was better. I kind of like this. This seems... This ending of this gave me the precarious gait some call experience. Like, she's saying, yeah, I just kind of take things like slowly and carefully, and I don't know what the fuck is going to happen next. But that's basically what being experienced is. Bye, Riley. Before Kramer is so wild. There better be some Seinfeld references in here. Yo, I saw the word pussy. Hold on, wait, I'm going to read this next one. One day is there of the series termed Thanksgiving Day, celebrated part at table, part in memory. Neither patriarch nor pussy, I dissect the play. Seems it, to my hooded thinking, reflex holiday. Had there been no sharp subtraction from the early sum, not an acre or a caption, where was once a room, not a mention whose small pebble wrinkled any bay, unto such were such assembly, 'twere Thanksgiving Day. That what? I don't know what the fuck's going on. What was that about pussy? She kind of ate with that one. What is she saying about Thanksgiving here? What? I mean, I'm assuming pussy is referring to a cat here. I don't know what anything here is. She's getting horny at the table? I don't think. At the Thanksgiving table? The problem is I don't know enough of what these words are. I don't know what hooded is doing in this sentence for hooded thinking. I don't know what reflex is doing in this sentence for reflex holiday. You know? So, reflex holiday perplexes you? She wants to wrinkle any bay. Maybe. What does that mean? Voodoo, you have an idea? You have an interpretation? Oh. Reflex holiday means it's the holiday of burbs. I don't know if that's true. Thanksgiving you don't really care about it, we just care about the food. I don't know if that would really have been a sentiment in the 1850s or whenever this was written. Right? I guess I don't really know the state of how Thanksgiving was celebrated at all in the 1850s. So it would kind of be impossible to really interpret this without that cultural, like, context. Well, we're in part 2 now, nature. That one stumped me. 1863 was when it was first national holiday, but surely it was like celebrated before then, right? Maybe she's not even talking about the same thing. The same holiday, same Thanksgiving. Let's listen to Nature, number 12. It says its roots in colonization of Native Americans. I doubt she was thinking about that. There's no way she was woke. She was not that woke in the 1860s. Religious feast of Thanksgiving. Yeah, that would make sense. Okay. To hear an oriole sing may be a common thing, or only a divine. It is not of the bird who sings the same unheard as unto crowd. The fashion of the ear attireth that it hear in dun or fair. So whether it be rune, or whether it be none, is of within. The tune is in the tree, the skeptic showeth me, no, sir, in thee. I don't totally know what rune is doing in this. Ariel, not Ariel. Hopping around, I take it I'm not 100%ing this? No, definitely not. Ariel.
Oriole.
Oriole, that's what I meant. RuneScape reference? Maybe that's what rune is. Maybe rune is a RuneScape reference. Also, I need more music. Anyone want to give me any musics? Nope, no lyrics, please. Sure. Not a baseball fan? Do they have Orioles in baseball? I mean, this one seems pretty cool, but I don't totally know how to interpret it. It is not of the bird who... What do you mean by it in this case? It's like a weird Baltimore Orioles. Oh. Yeah, I don't know it. Did Lolo say sure because he's gonna link me music, or oh yeah, okay, there you go. Maybe I was misinterpreting that. Oh, this is Deep Space Nine soundtrack from the shitty video game I just played. Okay, I'm gonna have to find some actual music then. Maybe Okay, we're good. Figured it out. Tej, hello, welcome in. Thank you for the badge. Very gnomic one. Shut that down real quick. Yeah, that's gone. Sorry, I'm trying to come together with any kind of interpretation of what is going on here. It sounds cool. I think there's a little... I don't know what this phrasing means. Well, first, okay, so the first thing that seems interesting to me is the way the ear be that it hears bad things and good, I guess. It's interesting to me, this opening phrase of hear an Ariel sing may be a common thing or only a divine. Like the only is like a weird placement here, which suggests that like something being divine is like less significant than it being common. Right? It's kind of like backwards. Unless divine is like some kind of pun here, and divine is some other meaning I don't know about. What is this? Kingdom Come Deliverance OST. I don't know if that's quite the same vibes, but we'll give it a try maybe. Yeah, but yeah, and then the rest of it is kind of about how like a lot of what we hear coming from this bird in question is dependent on like the subjectivity of the one listening to it, and maybe that is what is the true magic of it or whatever. Only like merely, yeah. Well, that's what I thought it was. Hi, Rabbit. But like, it seems weird to say like it might be common or it might merely be divine, because like divine is like not typically something that's lower than common, right? That's like kind of reversed. What is this? Ni no Kuni, Wrath of the White Witch OST. Okay. I'll consider it. Anyway, that's pretty much all that I can really get out of there. Maybe more like exclusively. Oh, a divine. Okay, I can't read. Dude, I'm too dumb for this. I'm too fucking dumb for this. I don't understand. I'm fucking stupid. Okay. Try to start Ni no Kuni 3 times, you cannot get into it. I have no idea what Ni no Kuni is. We good? Opposite divine is usually mundane, which is like common. Yes, no, I read it wrong. I read everything wrong. I'm dumb. Anyway, let's just read a different one. Oh god, this is too loud. It's also a little bit too happy. Let me try some of these suggestions. Are any of them the good vibe for this stream? Maybe. Game with animation by Studio Ghibli. Maybe it's okay then. I don't know. Never really seen anything Ghibli related. And then Cousin gives A Walk in the Shire, The Hobbit 2003 complete soundtrack. Okay. Excellent links that are being posted today. Let's read number 22 here. And everywhere of silver, with ropes of sand, to keep it from effacing the track called land. Nope. Wrong vibes. Wrong vibes. You know, actually, a Hobbit might go hard here. I'm not even lying. Cousin, you passed the test. Elsinore music, maybe. And everywhere of silver with ropes of sand to keep it from effacing the track called land. Is that a river, a sea? And everywhere of silver. What does effacing mean? Erasing. Oh, just say erasing then. Wearing away a surface. Yeah, I guess so. I guess it's just a description of like some body of water. I guess it's just a fancy way of describing it. I don't know if there's anything else to it. A Lolo link? Tales of the Shire, cozy soundtrack to listen to. Thank you. bum, 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 bum. I saw the word foot. Number 30. The wind tapped like a tired man, and like a host, "Come in," I boldly answered. Entered then my residence within. A rapid, footless guest, to offer whom a chair were as impossible as hand a sofa to the air. Huh. Wait, is that it? Or oh, it keeps going. No bone had he to bind him. His speech was like the push of numerous hummingbirds at once from a superior bush. His countenance a billow, his fingers, if he pass, let go a music as of tunes blown tremulous in glass. He visited, still flitting, then like a timid man, again he tapped, 'twas flurriedly, and I became alone. Oh, it's kind of sweet and a little sad. JD Vance's favorite poem because it's got the word soda in it. Thank you for the feet, Autumn. Nice feet. Superior bush, go hard. Yeah, anybody here got a superior bush? This is kind of neat. She's just like kind of sitting at home alone, and she like briefly imagines herself getting a visit from the wind and like kind of anthropomorphizing the wind a little bit as like a temporary friend, you know, seeking like some kind of companionship with nature, but then acknowledging that, you know, it's not really, it doesn't really exist in the same, you know, realm as her. He just leaves very quickly. Not really a real person. She did sit home alone most of her life. You'll leave Tales of the Shire going on another tab because you think it fits? Well, we're already listening to one Shire music. Not sure it could be friendly with the wind. It can be so mean. Well, this is a light little wind that just kind of blows through the window or blows through the front door and then out again. Yeah. I do like her establishing this kind of separation between the wind and herself. Like friendly, but occupying different worlds. Sitting home alone was literally a luxury 100 plus years ago. Yeah, and she was, I mean, she was rich, right? Or in a rich family. Let's find something. That one's a flower. A bee. The murmur of a bee, a witchcraft, yieldeth me. If any ask me why, were easier to die than tell. The red upon the hill taketh away my will. If anybody sneer, take care, for God is here. That's all. The breaking of the day addeth to my degree. If any ask me how, artist who drew me so must tell. Oh. Murmur of a bee, a witchcraft yieldeth me. All right, I need my people who speak English to help me out here. What is yield? What is yield doing in this situation? Maybe the wind owed her money. Maybe. Book come from the library. This is on the Internet Archive. Surviving with a roof over your head and being comfy is enough. Yeah, would have been quite luxurious back then. It bewitches them. Yieldeth? Is that what yield means? Is there like a hold on. I guess, yeah, in the sense of, well. Huh. The spell of the bee made her pause. I guess. What is a witchcraft in this context? Oh, wait, like, okay. I see. Stop to not get stung. Right upon the hill, take it away my will. Working the day out of my degree. I guess. just means give to me? Just feeling all goose pimply for nature? Is that it? The buzzing is witchcraft? Yeah. So B starts buzzing. She's like, okay, causing me to freeze in my tracks. It's hard to explain why. Red upon the hill. I guess in this is just like sunset or whatever. And then this is sunrise. This is the next stanza. Okay. Yeah, I guess she's just saying she really likes nature. Can't explain it. She just can't explain it. It's too good. It's so zen. Yeah, transcendental. I getcha. Sorry, I was held up on the word witchcraft. You got me confused. She has no words for its beauty. They should have sent a better poet. True. She's really telling on herself with that one. That one's too long. Let's do number 65 here. Like trains of cars on tracks of plush, I hear the level B. Another B. A jar across the flowers goes, their velvet masonry. Withstands until the sweet assault their chivalry consumes. While he, victorious, tilts away to vanquish other blooms. His feet are shod with gauze, his helmet is of gold, his breast a single onyx with chrysoprase inlaid. His labor is a chant, his idleness a tune. Oh, for a bee's experience of clovers, and of noon. He just really likes bees. I don't know if there's much more going on this one. He really likes bees. What is a chrysoprase? Is a gemstone variety of chalcedony. It contains small quantities of nickel. Oh, for like the shine, the like blue shine on like the black of a bee. That makes sense. Let me understand Dickinson intuitively. I mean, I don't know if there's much. This one in particular seems, she's just like, man, that bee is pretty. Let me describe it. I don't know if there's a whole lot more in there. A big ass bee attacks might airman trout. Hi, Riley. Let me look at this big ass bee.
I'll see you there.
Oh my god, that is a big ass bee. What the fuck?
Fucking bee, brother. That's a big ass bee.
That is a big ass bee. You're not wrong. Corner store was out of Sour Patch Kids. Did you get the Red Bull? So true, might airman trout. Did I pronounce his name wrong? No, I didn't. Okay. That is a big ass bee. He didn't flinch though, I gotta say. He stayed in character for the take. Pretty good. Oh, this one. This one looks sapphic. So bashful when I spied her, so pretty, so ashamed, so hidden in her leaflets, lest anybody find, so breathless till I passed her, so helpless when I turned, and bore her, struggling, blushing, her simple haunts beyond, for whom I robbed the dingle. Sorry. For whom betrayed the dell, many will doubtless ask me, but I shall never tell. But, no, okay. Did they keep that take? Really? Dingle top right. Okay, first of all, what the fuck is a dingle? It's a small wooded valley. And also a synonym is dell, which is the next thing that I was going to Google. These are both synonyms. Dingle and dell. Small wooded valley. Thank you. For whom I robbed the dingle, whom I betrayed the dell. That was so national. Hidden in her leaflets. Is this her feeling bad about picking a flower? Is that what this poem is? She feels kind of guilty because she picked a flower. That's what I'm getting from this. At least the actual like textual thing. There is also, of course, if that is it, she's definitely portraying this flower in a rather saucy way. Reminds me, yesterday I saw some lady cutting and taking a flower from a public garden. God, my mom picked some flowers for Easter, and I just feel, I don't know. I didn't want to call her out on it. It's not too bad, I guess. Manifest Destiny, but this poem? Is that what it is? Is there a little bit of self-inserting going on here too when she's talking about this feminine character who's hidden in her leaflets and hidden away and struggling and blushing and whatever? Gotta log off for the night. You have a good night, Autumn. Thank you for hanging out. Good to see you. When do you unlock a sword? Tomorrow. From a public garden or a random meadow, because public garden is paid by taxpayers being paid. No, from not from a garden. She's like planting like flowers on the side of like the trail, but she also took some from somebody's private tree that was like overhanging their fence, which I was like, okay, Mom. It's totally herself. Yeah. I think she's like, oh, I feel so bad about picking this flower. If only some brave person would come by and pick me out from my secluded little valley. Oh. What else do we got? You think it's more acceptable to take from someone's private garden than like a public one? That's probably true, yeah. Number 69. Sorry, that's 79. My bad. My secluded little valley. Yeah, anyone want to see my secluded little valley and pick me from there? Fallen 3. No, it wasn't overhanging into her property. It was overhanging into like the public footpath, public trail. The morns are meeker than they were. The nuts are getting brown. The berry's cheek is plumper. The rose is out of town. The maple wears a gayer scarf. The field a scarlet gown. Lest I should be old-fashioned, I'll put a trinket on. Okay. Like to know me better first? Oh, could be arranged. Your secluded valley needs a trim? Yeah, I should keep up with that. It'll make your flower look bigger. 79, it's autumn, I should wear a scarf. Yeah, is that, I guess that's pretty much it. I mean, it's tempting for me to read all of these things about the progression of seasons into fall and whatever as aging. Especially with her being concerned about being viewed as old-fashioned and trying to keep up with the fashion. But that might be too far. She might just be talking about how autumn is coming. You know? Let's find one. What is this? This one looks interesting. Number 84. She slept beneath a tree, remembered but by me. I touched her cradle mute. She recognized the foot. Put on her carmine suit and see with a tulip. What? Is this about tulips? Is this about a flower that I don't know? I don't know what's going on here. Autumn's not coming. She said she was leaving. This is a good point. I'm channeling her most extreme. My most extreme? That's not my most extreme voice. What? My most extreme, the guy sounds totally different. She slept beneath a tree, remembered but by me. I touched her cradle mute, she recognized the foot. Put on her carmine suit and see. Or something. Oh, number 84. Okay, wait, that was actually kind of most extreme voice. You're not wrong. Wow, you know, I haven't thought about that show in so long, but I was such a fan when I was a kid. I wonder if I subconsciously read all numbers in that voice specifically because of that show, and I've just never thought about it like that. But I do kind of think I just read numbers like that. Like all the time. Boy. Yeah, I don't know what's going on in this. I think she's talking about she might just be, I don't really know anything about flowers. I don't know if tulips are red. I had to Google. Carmine is like a red dye, so red suit. But I don't know. I don't know what's happening here. I'm lost. Blooming? What, the flower? She slept beneath the tree. Tracy cradled me. She recognized the foot. Her Carmen suit and see. Yeah, I don't know. Is and see just like and how? Maybe? I don't know what the with a tulip at the end is from either. Maybe one of those perennial flowers that comes back each year and she made it good for it to bloom. Maybe. Could be. Yeah, that could be it. She's just coming back to where she saw flower last year. It's like, hey, you're back. I guess. Maybe. I don't think I have the vocabulary to interpret this one. Or the brain. I'm going until I see a funny word. Dateless. That's a funny word. It's blooming. Your great-grandfather was cool with her on some chill shit. Okay. What the hell? Where did Super Mario 64 come from? Oh, because this mix is mixing. Number 98. So long, Gay Bowser. It's like the light, a fashionless delight. It's like the bee, a dateless melody. It's like the woods, private like breeze, phraseless, yet it stirs the proudest trees. It's like the morning, best when it's done. The everlasting clocks chime noon. What? Sorry, what is the it in this situation? Boy. It's probably raises and stirs the proudest trees. It's top right. I don't know if that's true. I don't know if it is top right. I think you're wrong. I have no idea what's happening here. Did anyone catch anyone? Everlasting clocks chime noon. Like a rain on your wedding day. Yeah, that's a different poem. 2 pages ago, there's a short poem on the left page. 2 pages ago. Wait, what? Here? This one? What, do you want me to read that one instead? What do you mean? That begins not knowing when the dawn will come. I don't see it. Unless it's further back. No. Wait, 99. Or sorry, 89. No. Wait, god damn it. Oh, there you go. Yeah, okay, I found it. There you go. Licks your balls? Sure. Not knowing when the dawn will come, I open every door. Or has it feathers like a bird, or billows like a shore? What? Not knowing when the dawn will come, I open every door. Or has it feathers like a bird or billows like a shore? The hell? That feels like bringing up the bird feels like a non sequitur here. Is billows just referring to... Okay, waves. Okay. Not knowing when the dawn will come. What's up, Appa? Yeah, this whole thing is very much influenced by, you know, The Sopranos. How are you doing, Appa? It's good to see you. Is it over? Clearly not, Eminem, but hi. Nice poem. I don't really understand what the or part is coming in from. Like, why is considering whether or not the dawn has feathers like a bird or billows like a shore somehow in contrast to opening the door for it or not knowing when it comes, you know? Yes, I did look to find more poems, because Roxy only had 14 on the Google Doc. They took her blood today? Holy shit. Are they going to give it back? Don't you need that? Doubt it? That's worrying. I think that's very worrying. I have no idea what she's on about in this poem. I don't know if anyone has the interp. Is your blood running? You better go catch it. Part 3, love. Oh, we're getting into the good stuff. Let's read these love poems. Let's read love number 10. All right, get ready to feel the love. As if some little Arctic flower upon the polar hem went wandering down the latitudes until it puzzled came to continents of summer, to firmaments of sun, to strange, bright crowds of flowers and birds of foreign tongue. I say, as if this little flower to Eden wandered in. What then? Why, nothing. Only your interference therefrom. How is this about love? What's going on? 2 p.m. in Australia, how dare you? Comparing the dawn to the flight of a bird or waves, which are hard to predict. Which is strange because you can predict dawn with a watch. Yeah. Is that what she was doing in that last one? I didn't really get that. Hi, Patches. Flower top right? No, that's just me. Can we make tonight's CGG Emily Dickinson themed? We could. Or flowers not the little you swear. I believe you, nobody. I believe you. I don't get where the love comes in from here. Maybe I feel like this being filed under the love section is warping the way that I want to interpret it, because I don't get a whole lot of love out of here in general. Wait, that says inference. What then? Why nothing? Only your inference therefrom. I don't understand what that means. I don't understand what half of these mean. Did you tell Emily to put dark mode on her books? What? The screen is not that bright. What are you talking about? But this is not a particularly bright screen, is it? The kind of headings are not how they organize somehow. Yeah. Also, nobody called me out on this, but this should definitely be here. The fireplace should definitely be like here. There we go. Looks much better. How is that a flashbang? I just don't believe you. It's like not even white. I don't know what's going on here. Let's get a better one. Thanks for fixing fireplace. You're welcome. Flashbang cat ass roasting on an open fire. Yeah. Don't you wish you were that cat? I'm wife. I finished that. That other state. I'm czar. I'm woman now. It's safer so. How odd the girl's life looks beyond this soft eclipse. I think that earth seems so to those in heaven now. This being comfort then, that other kind was pain. But why compare? I'm wife. Stop there. Okay. I guess she's really happy that she got married. Did Emily Dickinson get married? Your wife too? Your wife? How many wives are in chat? Can't just go around telling people you're white? Yeah, I can. Is more poetry fair game for the wheel? I don't know. I mean, technically, yeah, sure, Appa. Good luck on Lucille Clifton Rabbit. I don't know who or what that is. I don't know if there's going to be any popular demand for more poetry streams. I get the feeling this is not a very popular event, but she's being ironic in this one, you think? I'm not sure her actual thoughts on marriage, because the straightforward text is like, oh, man, thank God I'm married now. Oh, that's so cool. Oh, man. Just looking back on life before marriage, it sucks so much. Which I don't know if she means that sincerely or not. Or white and won't apologize. Okay, Lolo, nobody was asking you to. Strange thing to say. Emily was married to the grind. She never married. Okay, then she was probably being sarcastic, yeah, about it. I don't think I'm slaying anything, Riley. But thank you. I don't really know what that means. Chose to remain single, which allowed her to express her thoughts on marriage freely through her writing. Okay, I guess she's... I guess referring to being a wife as czar is pretty sarcastic. You just look good? Oh, do I? Oh, thank you. Okay. That's nice. What else we got? Number 20. Anyone have a number they want me to read? What if I took a number from chat and we went to that number and saw if it was any good? $4.20. They don't go up that high. There's only like 100 in each section or something. $4.87. The title of the collection, I don't know, Complete Poems of Emily Dickinson. This is like some old one from the 20s because there's just whatever was available on Internet Archive. I'm going to take Roxy's 70 because it is the closest one up to where we are here. Oh, never mind. There isn't 70. Okay. It has to be between 1 and 57. Go to page 20 and read the second book. I guess Minty asked for 4. I could go back to 4. Let's do that. Okay, number 4. Elysium is as far to the very nearest room, if in that room a friend await felicity or doom. What fortitude the soul contains, that it can so endure, the accent of a coming foot, the opening of a door. Oh. She just really likes her friends. I think that's I guess that's the entirety of that poem, right? She's like, oh boy, I can't wait for my friends to come over. Oh, that's cute. Lousy one, we couldn't find the good one. Yeah, we couldn't find the good collection. My roommate is so cool. Well, I don't know if she had like a roommate, but just her friend coming over to visit. She's like, oh boy, this Shakespeare game could really use a haunting from a dead father. I agree. We should go play Elsinore again. Wait, that one was short, sweet, and simple. Felicity or Doom. I don't know where Felicity or Doom is really coming in here. But sure. I guess it's like it doesn't matter whether, like, the circumstances of the friend arriving, it's still nice to see the friend or something like that. Riley says 20. Let's go to 20. Actually, wait, I skipped Butt. Butt said 22. Number 22. I gave myself to him and took himself for pay. The solemn contract of a life was ratified this way. The wealth might disappoint, myself a poorer prove, than this great purchaser suspect, the daily own of love. Depreciate the vision, but till the merchant buy, still fable in the isles of spice, the subtle cargoes lie. At least 'tis mutual risk, some found it mutual gain, sweet debt of life, each night to owe, insolvent every noon. Thoughts? I'm reading it. I'm looking over it. This seems like more directly. I mean, this is another one about marriage, right? But it seems like easier to, or more obvious to read this as like kind of disparaging or critical about the idea of it. Like, oh, some found it mutual gain. It's definitely mutual risk. Solve it to the debt of life every single day. Like, even this might be like too much of the, this might be like too much reading into the like syntax of it, but the way that love is like the slant rhyme, so it comes out as like discordant in the rhyme scheme. You know, like it looks like it should rhyme with prove and then it doesn't. So it just kind of comes out really awkward in the sentence, which makes love kind of stick out as like disruptive, you know. Insolvent every noon is a snap. Nice line. Yeah, it's good. I like that. This one you meant to include. Soul selects her own society. Well, let me reject all these cookies. You want me to read this one? It's on screen. This is not on screen. Oh shit. I can't show this on screen with my setup. We're doomed. I'm sorry. It's lost. Doomed. Okay. What other numbers did people throw out? Riley wanted to see number 20. I have no life but this. Delete it here. Nor any death but lest dispelled from there. Nor ties to earths to come. Nor actions new. Except through this extent. The realm of you. Oh. That also seems straightforward about... You're sorry? No, you're good. It's not your fault. It's just the layout doesn't quite work. You as fuck. This is like, yeah, you are literally my entire life. It's not entirely obvious to me immediately whether she's viewing that as like a good romantic thing or kind of like a sad, unfortunate thing. You know? Like the how she actually views about that seems a little bit ambivalent. Both, you think? Both and neither? Lesbian thing to yearn and like, to be fair, I think many people, I think everybody likes to yearn, right? You see Picard saying that to Geordi? Georgie? Who's Georgie? That one's cute. 37, says Ironhawk. There's 37. Love is anterior to life, posterior to death, initial of creation, and the exponent of breath. Hold on. You yearn to... yearn not to like yearning at all? Yeah, it'd be nice to just never want anything. What does exponent mean in this sentence? How is exponent being used? I'm opening the dictionary so much for this stream. One that expounds or interprets. One that champions, practices, or exemplifies. The exponent of breath. I guess breath in this case is just being used as another synonym for life. So it seems to be just, I mean, it just seems to be talking about it being all encompassing or whatever for life. Like the essence of life is love. Makes your breathing more intense. You think that's what she means? I mean, the rest of the poem is about more broadly love's relationship to life and death, and not just like how much it makes you breathe, right? I don't know. Next. Next. 55. He loves oxygen? Who doesn't? 55. Star Wars? Should I take a Star Wars break and get some water? Should I stream the full 4 hours? Do people want me to go the full 4 hours of this? Yes. Oh, okay. Well, if we're going the full 4 hours, then I should take a break in that case. 100% Emily. Okay. Did I read Because I Would Not Stop for Death? No. I mean, I did at high school at some point, but I have not read that today. Okay. Because I did not stop for chat, chat will stop for me by guessing some games while I go get some water and go to the bathroom, and I'll be back in a minute or two. Don't go anywhere. Oh, can't see? Oh. Oh. You guys can't see. Whoops. That's because this is supposed to be here. Whoopsies. Did you guys get any points? No? You guys didn't get a single point? Come on. Even after guessing Star Wars? Oops. Oh, hi, Chuck. How are you? Um. Puzzle adventure. Ah, yes. What's that game called? Frostpunk? No, that would be simulation. I don't know what this is. Ah, the Turing test, of course. I never passed that. You're watching the VOD just to see chat go nuts is worth it. I did get to scroll up in chat here and see people go crazy. I'm sorry, you guys all got scammed out of chat guest games. I apologize. I hope you're doing well, Chuck. It's good to see you. Chuck, do you want to honor me with a number between 1 and 57? For this section on love? It was funny. I'm sorry. Yeah, but the whole layout for this stream is a little bit fucked. 15 every time? Say less. I mean, don't literally say less. 15 is plenty. 15. You're lucky. That's your lucky number? How many people here have lucky numbers? Is that something everybody has? I don't have a lucky number, but my mom does. 'Twas a long parting, but the time for interview had come. Before the judgment seat of God, the last and second time these fleshless lovers met, a heaven in a gaze, a heaven of heavens, the privilege of one another's eyes. No lifetime set on them, apparelled as the new unborn, except they had beheld, born everlasting now. Was bridal air like this? A paradise, the host, and cherubim and seraphim, the most familiar guests. Guest. With a T. No, that's a lot of lucky numbers, Voodoo. Yo, good luck on Love Eternal. It's you. Second and last time you guys met, it was in heaven. I do like last and second time for meeting in heaven. That is very long distance relationship coded. This is so soothing. Thank you. I would like it to be soothing in a different way, but, you know, comes in time. 14 says erect. Does it? We'll have to read that one next then. Not fond of the number 3 and occasionally claim that 6 isn't a real number. I like your convictions, Dronin. I'm your lucky number? I'm not a number erasing case. I kind of like this one. It's interesting. You know, lifetime apparel is the new unborn, except you know, everlasting now. Yeah, I don't know. Interesting. 17 is problematic for feminism. I don't believe it. I don't believe Dickinson would say anything problematic for feminism. Rhyming erect with reject is terrible. Well, it's a slant rhyme. Let's figure it out, shall we? Everybody's reading 14 instead of 15. Let's get it over with. I'm seated. I've stopped being theirs. The name they dropped upon my face with water in the country church is finished using now. And they can put it with my dolls, my childhood, and the string of spools I've finished threading too. Baptized before without the choice. Or without the choice. Without, yeah. Why am I... sorry. But this time consciously, of grace, unto supremest name, called to my full, the crescent dropped. Existence's whole arc filled up with one small diadem. My second rank, too small the first, crowned, crowing on my father's breast. A half unconscious queen, but this time adequate, erect, with will to choose or to reject. And I choose just a throne. Slay, queen. Why is everyone congratulating your references? I don't know. Shout out to all the half unconscious queens. Half unconscious queen, oh my god, it's you. This one seems very pro marriage, I gotta say. This one seems to be like, hey, yeah, you know, I'm giving up my name when I marry, but at least I actually get to choose to do this, unlike when I was baptized and I didn't get to choose that name. There's no choice involved, you know. But I don't know. It's a lot of waggas. What you wagging your tails for? Did I say something? Okay. Well, jeez. Oh my god. Calm down. I'm overwhelmed here. That's a lot of, like, foxes. My second rank too small the first. I don't know what this sentence means. My second rank too small the first. Crowned, crowing on my father's breath as half unconscious queen. I don't know. I actually don't know what any of this last part is kind of referring to in the ceremony. You'll be back to hear my soothing voice. You have to go back to work. Yo, enjoy working, Chuck. No problem. Thank you for stopping by. Thank you for the wagay, Ironhawk. Rank could refer to a chessboard. Well, if this is supposed to be like a wedding, then maybe if it's a physical place, then the second rank would be like the pew or whatever. I don't know what too small the first means. Does that just means not very many people showed up? Or I don't know. Something military? I don't know. Or it could just be, again, like, second verse, same as verse. It's probably just means second rank as in, like, second time having my name chosen. Because too small the first, because she would have been a baby. Crowing on your father's breast and half unconscious. That would be her state as a baby. But this time, adequate, erect, i.e. fully grown, with will to choose or reject, etc. Hi, drummer. Adequate, erect, top right. Don't know about adequate. Can I do the next one in Borat voice? Very nice. No, actually, I don't think I can. I don't think I have a very good Borat. Okay. Are we done with love? Do we want to move on to a different love section, or does anyone want one more love poem before we go? 52 or 42? Okay. Drennan wants to see 42, of course. 42. Here's no 69, I'm sorry. To lose thee, sweeter than to gain all other hearts I knew. 'Tis true the drought is destitute, but then I had the dew. The Caspian has its realms of sand, its other realm of sea. Without the sterile perquisite, no Caspian could be. It's a perquisite? Perquisite. Is that like a privilege, gain, or profit incidental to regularly salary? Oh, this is the long form of perk, apparently. Is this where the word perk comes from? Uh-huh. This is my wife. Yes, okay, that's cool. Okay, so she's saying, yeah, being single sucks, but if you were never single, then you would not appreciate how great it is to be in a relationship. Hooray. What is love? Brungo don't hurt you? Don't worry. I've never hurt anybody. And I don't think I ever will. Oh, sweet. Let's move on to time and eternity, shall we? Who doesn't love thinking about time and eternity? Anybody? Okay, how many? Wait, let's get a number from chat, but let's see how many poems we got to choose from here. That's a little bit of a flashbang, sorry. Oh, she wrote a lot about time and eternity, apparently, according to this. Okay. Between 1 and 141. Ironhawk says 14. It spilled some ink on that page. My bad. My bad. I apologize. Okay, can I go for 14? Okay. You don't have the time to think about eternity. That's true. You would if you had eternity. Is it crazy to say Emily does give off real Redditor energy? No, all the Redditors were writing this shit back in the 19th century. That's where they were. I went to thank her, but she slept. Her bed a funneled stone, with nosegays at the head and foot that travelers had thrown. Who went to thank her, but she slept. 'Twas short to cross the sea, to look upon her like alive, but turning back 'twas slow. What is a nosegay? Nosegay top right? I do have a giant fucking nose, that's true. What the hell is a nosegay? Oh, it's a flower. Small flower bouquet. Small flower bouquet. Okay, I see. Funneled stone, anyone? I don't know what the funneled stone is referenced. I don't actually know what's being talked about here. Interesting. A vase? Maybe a vase? A tussy-mussy. I've never heard that phrase either. Flower bouquet, top right. Now you're just saying things. Now you're just saying random words, top right. I guess it's like... I mean, she seems to be visiting the grave of somebody, right? And, like, remarking on it. Or... I don't totally know what the funneled stone in question is. She dead? Funeral? Yeah, I guess. I do like the phrasing of 'twas short to cross the sea, but turning back 'twas slow. Because... yeah, I don't know. Like, even though getting there is like a really long distance, it, like, emotionally or whatever, kind of goes by in an instant. Takes a long time to peel yourself away from it. A coffin? It's a funneled stone, a coffin? I guess in context. I don't know. I'm having trouble picturing the funneled stone for that. That's kind of pretty. 12 is kind of crazy. Should we read 12? Oh, this one has Shadow the Hedgehog energy. I like a look of agony, because I know it's true. Men do not sham convulsion, nor simulate a throe. The eyes glaze once, and that is death, impossible to feign. The beads upon the forehead, by homely anguish strung. That is, it's true, that's a little Reddit. Man, am I right? I think she's using men in the sense of humanity here. Funneled stone isn't a thing, it's just a poetic metaphor. Right, what is a metaphor for is what I meant. But yeah, she's saying, you know, death, agony, pain. It's cool because it's true. She's basically doing the Joker here. When Joker says, like, you know, that, oh, in my life, when, you know, want to know why I use a knife? Because when I stab someone, they show me who they really are. That's what she's saying. What is a metaphor? It's for, like, you know, how to best utilize the power of the different champions on this particular patch in order to maximize your chances of winning the game. The Joker's an idiot? You don't say. Also, Dronin, you just clicked that link just goes directly to a download. I feel like I should delete this just so that people don't like download files onto their computer without meaning to when they click on it. Because that is not even like a web page. It's a WAV sound file? Yeah. But I feel like not everyone wants to click on a download. They might get baited into thinking it's a web page. Anyone want to give a number between 1 and 141? We lost download, bros? I don't even have... What do I even play this in?
But first, here are some words you need to know to do the exercises.
Nosegay.
Proletariat.
Hypochondriac.
Okay, we learned nosegay today, so that's good. 15 again? Okay, I guess we're not going very far. Number 15. I've seen a dying eye run round and round a room in search of something as it seemed, then cloudier become, and then obscure with fog, and then be soldered down, without disclosing what it be, we're blessed to have seen. Dying eye. Oh, it's kind of sad. She literally talking a lot of closing moments of death in these poems, I've noticed. This seems to be another one. Like the person desperately looking around the room searching for something. And we'll never know what they're looking for when they're dying, up until it's our turn to die. Approaching death, I know. If that sound file around for over a decade, finally it's useful. Thank you, Drowned. We can go again. You'd sound like the architect in Ghost Runner. I have not played it. Found a poetry interpretation website? Yeah, it's twitch.tv/thebrungo. It's kind of sad, man. I guess Emily Dickinson didn't really have much to do except sit around and think about death, to be fair. Okay, let's choose a random one unless we get more numbers from chat. Which one sounds cool? Swimmers. 2 swimmers wrestled on the spar until the morning sun, when one turned smiling to the land. Oh God, the other one. The stray ships passing spied a face upon the waters borne, with eyes in death still begging raised, and hands beseeching thrown. Oh. What? They was drowning? Wait, I'm having trouble picturing the setup, because I don't think wrestled... I don't know really what the phrase wrestled on the spar means in this context. 101 plus 10. We'll go to 101. Back then, people just sitting around waiting for video games to be invented. That's what I said at the start of the stream, Appa. Imagine if she had, like, video games to play. So these guys got their swimmers out. Wrote this poem after watching a man drown in a river. Is that canon? Is that true? Or did you just make that up? But yeah, these swimmers were just out swimming, and then one of them is like blissfully going along and then turns around and realizes his friend is dead. It's interesting there's another mention here to eyes and death, which is like pretty similar to the last one. She seems to have a lot of focus on paying attention to what people are seeing in the moment of death or their eyes. That man, Phil Collins. Oh. Not the... I don't know who Phil Collins is. Is that the Earth, Wind, and Fire guy? Let's go to 101. 101. There's a music joke. Oh. In the air tonight? Did he drown? I'm sorry to have found out this way. Someone should make Arvid read Emily Dickinson. Arvid would not be able to stick to a bit for this long. Arvid could not handle it. He's too content-brained, content-pilled. He'd be like, ah, shit, I'm losing them. And he would start playing horsey game. Like having my own thoughts and poems and not the exact one was intended. Yeah. I mean, I'm missing a lot of context for whatever Emily Dickinson was actually meaning when she wrote any of those. The famous urban legend that he wrote in the air tonight after watching a man drown. Oh. That is a good take, probably. She laid her docile crescent down, and this mechanic stone still states, to dates that have forgot, the news that she is gone. So constant to its stolid trust, the shaft that never knew, it shames the constancy that fled before its emblem flew. Oh, that's kind of sweet. It's a very nice description of a gravestone. We get an Arvin in chat if you want to do a poem reading stream. That'd be pretty cool. You watch a man watching a man drown. Oh. I like, it's like a very interesting... I think this is an interestingly kind of like romanticized view of a gravestone, referring to it as a docile crescent. Also, I like the phrase of shaming the constancy that fled before its emblem flew, like making up for, I guess, kind of the unfairness of the fleetingness of life or whatever by saying, here, at least there's a rock. At least there's a rock that outlives the human for a long time, or lasts a lot longer than the human ever did. Do you know whether Arvid has the chops to be a poem orator? I mean, he sings, doesn't he, in his songs? Doesn't he? He has lyrics, right? He's probably written poetry in that sense. Set theory dictates you are still correct. You can't just say set theory dictates I'm correct for random takes. Docile Crescent is your favorite Final Fantasy 11 or 9 character? Yeah, I haven't played it yet, but I'll look out for that one. Let's see. Let's do 111, shall we? Oh, never mind. Riley said 55. Their height in heaven comforts not, their glory not to me. Was best imperfect as it was. I'm finite. I can't see. The house of supposition, the glimmering frontier that skirts the acres of perhaps, to me shows insecure. The wealth I had contented me. If 'twas a meaner size, then I had counted it until it pleased my narrow eyes. Better than larger values, however true their show, this timid life of evidence keeps pleading, I don't know. Huh? Not the only one making HOL references. House of Leaves? True. This is about House of Leaves. I'm pleading, I don't know. I'm not pleading, I don't know here. This is another, this seems like a copium poem. This is her saying like, oh yeah, heaven, whatever. I don't need to be there. Oh yeah, vast riches, whatever. That's fine. I'm happy with what I have. And even if I was poorer, I'd just be happy with that too. Timid life of evidence keeps pleading, I don't know. I'm not entirely sure what to take from the last couple lines here. Timid life of evidence keeps pleading, I don't know. What does evidence mean in this? Does evidence have like a lesser used meaning or use? Evidence. No, I don't think so. Heaven's a place where nothing ever happens. Reddit atheist? I don't know if she's being a Reddit atheist, so to speak. In this case, I think she's just kind of... I think it's just copium. I think she's just trying to settle for what she has in life and trying to not be, you know... not be sad about it. White people be like, my favorite video game is Emily Dickinson books? Yo, what's up, monkey genitals? Hey, first of all, I didn't put this on the wheel. I call her a spinozist. What's a spinozist? A rationalist philosophical system based on Baruch Spinoza's view that God and nature are the same single infinite substance. Maybe. How you doing, monkey? This won the wheel, so my hands were tied. I had to do this. You hate Spinoza? Spinoza sounds like a food. Sounds kind of delicious. I'm hungry. What did I eat for dinner? I had a burrito. I'm hungry. Used to be an epithet for atheists. House of Poetry? Hey, Jackriff, it's okay. I feel like I'm struggling to really make it feel like a stream. But I'm trying my best out here, you know? Jagger, if you want to hit me with a number between 1 and 141. Roxy put this on the wheel. This is fun? Well, thank you, Prey. Spinoza got exiled to the Netherlands and immediately became an atheist. Classic. Pi. Oh my fucking god. You want to give me an integer between 1 and 141? I did do 101, yeah. Never ask a mathematician for a number. These poems just fly by. I know. Let's go with 3. Okay. Let's find number 3. Oh, wait. Too far back. This is love. Number 3. Departed to the judgment, a mighty afternoon. Great clouds like ushers leaning, creation looking on. The flesh surrendered, cancelled, the bodiless begun. 2 worlds like audiences disperse and leave the soul alone. It's interesting. So the interesting part to me here, so this is like, right, person dies, yada yada. The 2 worlds dispersing and leaving the soul alone is interesting to me, because I would read the other world as being like heaven or whatever, or like the spiritual or whatever. So saying, yeah, heaven shows up to like watch you die, but then it just kind of like leaves your soul alone afterwards, like just like the actual funeral or whatever, they both kind of fuck off and just like leave you alone. This does seem pretty agnostic, pretty Spinozist, one might say, to me. Someone redeemed just reading? Yes. Yeah, no, this isn't a video game. This is just a poetry reading session. What FPS is the poetry running at? Well, the human eye can only see like 5 frames per second, so 5. POV, heaven shows up to see you die. Yeah, genuinely, heaven just kind of staring at you. Roxy, Roxors your boxors, but redeemed it. The pink person in chat. Yeah, I don't know if I mean, does anyone, am I interpreting that reasonably? I feel like maybe that's not true. Well, yeah, because it does specifically mention creation looking on. So, I don't know. That's what you get of it too? Yeah. It's interesting to kind of suggest that, yeah, like the heaven or create, like, you know, godliness or whatever, this realm like exists, but it is like equally as indifferent to you when you die as the material world is. I don't know. Let's go somewhere else. Let's go to, I don't know, 32, unless someone has a number. Could be body and mind, depart from the soul. Body and mind? Depart from the, oh, as like a triad. Interesting. The deist arc, that would make sense. I had a roommate who was a self-proclaimed deist. Judgment of your soul is not being judged anymore. I guess that's true. Yeah, God shows up to judge you and then just leaves. I don't know what the judgment was all about then. Streaming my reading homework? This is not homework. I'll have you know. This is fun, and by fun I mean it won a wheel. But it's alright. It's doing okay. I'm gonna read 32 unless someone gives me a different number. It was too late for man, but early yet for God. Creation impotent to help, but prayer remained our side. How excellent the heaven, when earth cannot be had. How hospitable, then, the face of our old neighbor, God. Hope I've been well. Yeah, I'm doing pretty good. How are you doing, Goobertron? Too late for man, but early for God. Homework's triangles, bartend's naughty deal. It sounds like a cryptic clue. Yeah, deism was the cool thing before the whichever Great Awakening or whatever happened. All the founding fathers were into it, or many of them were. Yeah, I mean, this one is, a lot friendlier towards God, for sure. God, like, welcoming you once the material world fails. But I do like this phrasing, or I do think it's somewhat interesting, this phrasing here of how excellent the heaven when earth cannot be had. Meaning, like, this is kind of, right, and God being our old neighbor who's being hospitable. This is kind of setting up, like, God and death and the afterlife as, like, your fallback plan. You know what I mean? This is, like, it's not quite the, like, total awe worship, God is totally awesome. This is like, well, if we failed here on Earth, then plan B is we can always go to God. God will always let us crash on his sofa if we kind of failed to get our shit together and died. Which is, it's like, it's not like antagonistic necessarily towards religion, but it's also kind of familiar in a way that's not quite as worshipping. Pretty Gnostic, you think? Hi, Jackie. How'd I find Am I the Asshole on paper? I just wrote shit down that chat says to me every day, and I wonder, am I the asshole or is chat? It's pithy a little bit. It's a good word. I hope you're odd today, Jackie. Jackie, do you want to give me a number between 1 and 141? I wrote all these? Yeah, I wrote them. My name is Emily Dickinson. Chat's always not the asshole. I have not done 69 in this section yet. I've done A69 before, but I've not done 69 in this section. Here. It is the sex number. One need not be a chamber to be haunted. One need not be a house. The brain has corridors surpassing material place. Far safer of a midnight meeting external ghost than an interior confronting that whiter host. Far safer through an abbey gallop, the stones a chase, than moonless one's own self-encounter in lonesome place. Our self, behind our self concealed, should startle most. Assassin, hidden in our apartment, be horror's least. The prudent carries a revolver, he bolts the door, or looking a superior specter, more near. I relate. I relate too. I think we're all relating with this one. Or looking, yeah. More near. Look, nearer doesn't. Nearer. First of all, nearer is just like a terrible English word. I think we can all agree. Like, there is no poetic usage of the word nearer. It's like impossible to say. How do British people say the word nearer? Do they just say nah? How do you even do that? But yeah, this one's pretty straightforward. Like, hey, there's nothing scarier than my own inner demons. She's kind of shadow posting here again. She shadow posts a lot sometimes. It's kind of a shadow post, but it's also like it's also very relatable. It's also like same girl, you know? Hey. Someone should post this to Am I the Asshole? Oh my god, our Shire music is done. Wait, I need more music. Wait, my Shire music, it's gone. Relaxing Stardew Valley music? Why not? You're such a real one for that, for the shadow posting? Yeah. You think if each of these was a tweet, she would have still been famous? No. The only reason we have heard of any of these people from any writer from the 19th century is because they existed at a time when, like, being able to write and getting and, like, having your works to be discovered is still competing against a relatively small pool of other humans. You know what I mean? I think she would be considered unremarkable today. Everyone born after 1900 used nearer. You'd assume they're like Brian Griffin or English second language. Really? I would use nearer. This is really quiet. What is this? What has Minty got for me? Dust Force. Is this the right vibes? Isn't this a little too electronic for Emily Dickinson? If r/am isn't about sheep someone fucked up, that would be really good. Should I add the pipe falling sound effect to the rest of the stream? I don't know. Minty, respectfully, I think this is a little too... God, this is really quiet Stardew music. I have to turn this up so much. I think it's a little too electronic. The vibe's okay. I don't know about the instruments involved. Emily Dickinson would listen to House EDM if she were alive today. If Emily Dickinson was alive today, she would be like some... I don't know. She would be like some Karen in an office complaining about her husband. And complaining about how she feels betrayed that she voted for Trump. She'd be reading George R.R. Martin, maybe. She hates me. She wants you and your music taste. You and your music taste and suggestions to burn in that fireplace. Look, you should warm yourself up by the fireplace, Minty, but only because I care so much about you and your well-being, and I don't want you to get burned at all. Each of these is an email to the HOA. So true. Thank you for the balls, monkey. Let's find another one to read. How about this guy right here? What inn is this? Wherefore the night peculiar traveler comes. Who is the landlord? Where are the maids? Behold, what curious rooms! No ruddy fires on the hearth. No brimming tankards flow. Necromancer, landlord, who are these below? Oh. Is she describing a graveyard? To me, this reminds you of a Wallace Stevens poem. I don't think I know who Wallace Stevens is. I'm wondering, to me it sounds like she's describing a graveyard here. Necromancer, landlord, same thing. Yeah, you know the landlord, if you died, a landlord would be resurrecting you so you could still pay your rent on time. Pretty good. Proto-Maoism. I don't think you can say proto-Maoism every time the word landlord comes up. I don't even think it's a particularly negative context. Also, hi, Riley. I mean, good night, Riley. Thank you for hanging out. Hope you sleep well. These poems paint the picture that she hung out in the graveyard a lot. I think she likes to think of herself as someone who hung out at a graveyard a lot. Maybe she did. I don't know how much time she would actually have spent there. You've never read Theory, by the way. Neither have I. Theory is fucking lame and for nerds. I'm all about the praxis. Like, I played Disco Elysium once and streamed it. That's praxis. So this where you got the idea to fuck in a graveyard? No, what do you mean? Gorp gave me the idea to fuck in a graveyard. He asked me about it. Love her to start talking about Karl Marx. I wonder if she ever said anything about Marx. I don't know. You haven't since college? What, fucked in a graveyard? I do everything chat mentions. I never said I did it. I never said I fucked in a graveyard. I said I would like to. Let's read another one. I didn't erase in case. No, I didn't. I just said I would like to. Number 86. Recover thee, sweet face, not that we tire of thee, but that thyself fatigue of us. Remember, as thou flee, we follow thee until thou notice us no more, and then, reluctant, turn away, to calm thee o'er and o'er, and blame the scanty love we were content to show, augmented, sweet, 100-fold if thou wouldst take it now. Oh, this is, this is kind of sweet. She's like blaming herself in a little bit for like someone passing, saying like, oh no, the only reason you left is because like we weren't good enough for you or whatever. which I feel like is kind of a, you know, a fairly raw and honest thing to feel at a funeral or a time like that. God gorbid a girl gav gob bob. What, fucking in a graveyard? God probably would forbid that, actually. Emily Dickinson's poetry has been analyzed through various lenses, including Marxist ideology. She explores themes of class struggle and critique of capitalism in her work, particularly in poems like Because I Could Not Stop for Death. Analysis highlights how her writing reflects the social dynamics and class consciousness of her time. Okay, but that's like a Marxist analysis of her poems. It's not like what she actually wrote about Marx, right? Call him a slur from Poland, would she? Grand Theft Auto 4, 10 hours, The Ballad of Gay Tony. Pause menu music. I think I'm good for now, video. Okay, I think Time and Eternity has kind of dragged on for Time and Eternity. So unless someone wants to give me a number from 1 to 141, I think we're going to move on to part 5. The Single Hound. I have no idea what that means. What is this collection? What does a single hound mean? What's up, dog? I don't know. The single up dog. Let's do number 9. To be alive is power, existence in itself, without a further function, omnipotence enough. To be alive and will is able as a god. The further of ourselves be what? Such being finitude. The further of ourselves be what? Such being, is it finitude? Finitude? I don't know how you'd pronounce that. I don't know how to interpret the phrase, the further of ourselves be what? Be Watson, exactly. Mormon theology? Do the Mormons believe that everybody is God? That to be alive is to be as much as God? This also comes off as a bit of a copium. I'm not sure how earnestly she's meaning this. Probably a fair amount. Everyone can be a god. Your body is God's temple. Oh. I don't know a whole lot. I mean, I know some things about Mormons, but not a lot. Anyone want to interpret the line, the further of ourselves be what to me? Finitude just means like a noun form of like finite, right? Like this, like the nature of being finite. Finite quality or state? Yeah, okay. Finity, yeah. Live around the same time as each other. It seems she never talked about him. Yeah. Huh. I guess she didn't have much to say. Maybe that part, like, what will means, the what same way. Oops. To be alive and will. Be able as a god, the further ourselves be what? Well, will in this case is like one's will, like to be able to have will, to be able to think and act or whatever. Is to be able to act is to be able as a god. Like what you'll become. Maybe. Or maybe it's William the Conqueror. To be alive and will be alive. The further of ourselves be what? Such being finitude. I don't know. I'm struggling to wrap my little brain. Yeah, to further yourself, I guess. But okay, I don't know. It's the specific phrasing of the word be what. Like I don't really understand like what the what is doing in there. All right. How many are in this section? How many poems do we got in this section? Flashbang, 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 flashbang. Oh, here we go. We have 146. So someone should give me a number between 1 and 146. Girl is yapping, I know. Have options to choose and be what you want. Maybe that is what it means, yeah. It's a question. Implication is if she's god of her life and she's evolving, what will she become? Oh, and the finitude is just saying like, right. I guess that makes sense. It's kind of cool. Dickinson was virtually unknown during her lifetime. She only published about 10 poems while she was alive, and all of them were published anonymously and often heavily edited without her consent. Yeah, I've heard about that. I wonder how these random people get discovered. I mean, I'm sure it's very well known, the story of how she got discovered, but I wonder if it's like random, you know, that some people who just like wrote a bunch of shit in their home gets picked up 50 years later and everyone decides they're geniuses. 27? Let's look at 27. Important to burn your writing before you die? True. Or, well, or delete my Google Docs with all my writing. I shouldn't really have it on a Google Doc. I should really have it downloaded somewhere if I want to preserve it. I guess I can keep it on a Google Doc if I don't want it preserved, which I don't really. One autistic admirer? Maybe. 27. The gleam of a heroic act. Sorry, an heroic act. Such strange illumination. The possible's slow fuse is lit by the imagination. Is that it? That's it. Such strange illumination. Possible slow fuse is lit by the imagination. Is this just talking about, like, inspiration or whatever? I'm reading this as, like, a like, one person doing something cool can kind of, like, inspire you. It can, like your imagination's fused to like show you like a bunch of other things that are possible. Go VOD channel goes viral after death. Yeah, if I ever start uploading again. I mean, I have them uploaded, but they're all at private. I don't think I've made a video public in like the last 30 days. I think I'm literally a month behind on the VODs. It's okay, because no one watched them anyway. I need to watch a heroic act to inspire me. That's what I need. I'm going to choose one random. As always, if anybody wants to throw out a number between 1 and 146, it's allowed. Let's go. Oh, milking! I see milking. Morning means milking to the farmer. Dawn to the Apennines. Dice to the maid. Morning means just chance to the lover. Just revelation to the beloved. Epicures? That's like a Greek guy, right? So you probably pronounce the E. Date a breakfast by it. Heroes a battle. The miller a flood. Faint going eyes their lapse from sighing. Faith, the experiment of our Lord. Thank you for the milking. 41, we'll do 41 next. Don't know how the numbers translate, but there's a Nas song you like based on 754. A loaded gun. Interesting. What is going on here? Morning means all these different things to these different people. I don't totally know what the faint going eyes, how morning means. For morning is a lapse from sighing to the faint going eyes. Is this just someone waking up? Or is this someone dying? Because she does like to collapse. She does like to focus a lot on the eyes of people who are dying. Are these secular? She makes references to plenty of, you know, godly things, but she doesn't seem to be particularly devout. There's a lot of secular stuff, and with some references. And also this ending quote is kind of interesting because it doesn't really fit the pattern of the rest of it. Like, she's not saying mourning means faith to the experiment of her Lord or something, right? This seems more like an exclamation after her reflection upon the great diversity of experiences of life or something. Maybe. Which is cool, if that's right. Her origin story is pretty cool. Wasn't she just like some random like lady who just like stuck indoors all day and wrote some poems because she was bored? 41 says monkey genitals. I can't count in Roman numerals. Here. Like men and women, shadows walk upon the hills today, with here and there a mighty bow, or trailing courtesy to neighbors, doubtless of their own, not quickened to perceive minuter landscapes, as ourselves and burrows where we live. Not quickened to perceive minuter landscape. What's going on here? So she's talking about shadows. She's like talking from the perspective of Shadow the Hedgehog. 41 is called monkey genitals. Yeah, exactly. Wine girly. Is that Emily or me? Is this just like a reflection on the idea of like shadows living a like parallel life or whatever? I don't know. I'm not totally sure how to read this. Especially compared to the other one, there seems to be some musings in this section about, you know, thinking about different perspectives of things, like perspectives of life from different people. The Chaos Emeralds. Where's that damn fourth Chaos Emerald? 2 pages forward where it goes, I think. I think that the root of the wind is water. It would not sound so deep were it a firmamental product. Airs no oceans keep, Mediterranean intonations. To a current's ear, there is a maritime conviction in the atmosphere. Root of the wind is... what does firmamental mean in this case? Firmamental. Relating to the firmament, being the sky. Okay. Emily Dickinson chuckled. You mean the Chaos Emeralds? I would take her as president. Is that the Jungian shadow concept? When is this from? I think this is way before Jung, isn't it? I actually don't know. I don't know anything about Jung. She wrote over 1,000 poems and locked them away in a chest that her sister discovered. Her sister seems to be the one who wanted them published. After a difficult editing and publishing process, it was a hit in 1890. Ah. I wonder if she would have appreciated that. Not sound so deep word, a fermental product. Right. I wonder if the single hound is just their miscellaneous section for things. So this is just a reflection on how she's like, man, she's like, dude, oh, the fucking wind sounds like water. It's gotta come from the water, dude. I don't know. I mean, I guess this was before we actually knew where wind came from. In terms of like pressure differentials or whatever, right? Physically speaking. She's not entirely wrong. Ocean has a big play in that. These do give off the vibes of him just writing to pass time. It's pretty much, yeah, she had nothing to do. She was like some rich non-working class lady who was unmarried. What was she supposed to do all day? Yeah, they're literally status updates. Emily Dickinson just posted, dude, do you think air comes from water? Let's find one. That sounds interesting. I see Finland. Finland mentioned. These are the days that reindeer love and pranks the northern star. This is the sun's objective and Finland of the year. What? Finland of the year? Who's winning the Finland of the Year award? Finland wins Finland of the Year for the 50th year straight, or whatever, 100th year straight. Died 25 years before young, I see. Bring Emily Dickinson back to life so she can talk to Joe Rogan. She would have such a great time on the experience. He's the... Frank's the Northern Star? Is the sun's objective and Finland of the year? I don't know what she's yapping about here. I don't know what that means. Reindeer what? The days reindeer love. Is this just summers? Nosegays? Jamie, pull that up. So you're telling me a nosegay is not like the nose of a gay person? Wow, that's crazy. I don't know what Joe Rogan sounds like. I've seen like 5 clips of that guy. Yeah, I don't know what Finland means to her. Finland, like in her mind, I don't know what that occupies, that space. I guess she knows it as a place that has reindeer. I don't know what it means for something to be Finland of the year. Any English majors here, please explain. I think we're shit out of luck on English majors. Let's find something else. I see the word gay. Let's go for that. The feet of people walking home in gayer sandals go. The crocus till she rises, the vassal of the snow. The lips at hallelujah. Long years of practice bore, till by and by these bargemen walked singing on the shore. Pearls are the divers' farthings extorted from the sea. Pinions, the seraph's wagon, pedestrians once as we. Night is the morning's canvas, larceny, legacy, death but our rapt attention to immortality. My figures fail to tell me how far the village lies, whose peasants are the angels, whose cantons dot the skies. My classics veil their faces, my faith that dark adores, which from its solemn abbeys such resurrection pours. Finland of the Year refers to Finland's consistent ranking as the world's happiest country for 9 consecutive years and starting 2018. Oh, that's what she's referring to. She was probably talking about short days. Or maybe really long days? Probably short days. I don't know. What is this one going? What's going on in this one? Maybe I'm getting tired. I have no idea what she's yapping about here. Years of practice board something third base. I don't know if she's talking about getting to third base here. I have no idea what she's talking about. I feel like I would need context. That or I'm just missing something. No Shaw baseball was invented yet. Baseball was definitely invented, right? Or at least around the same time, maybe. Probably some sick shit. Yeah, probably dark and twisted. It's just like Shadow the Hedgehog, which we have established she is. This is a chewy one. It is super chewy. I feel like every time she mentions flowers, I completely lose the entire meaning of the thing because I feel like flowers probably have some super specific meaning. Like the crocus or whatever. But there's also just like a lot of things being compared here and I'm not really sure what's going on. So I'm going to give up. Read a different one. Something shorter, more my speed. Immured in heaven, what a cell. Let every bondage be, thou sweetest of the universe, like that which ravished thee. This game looks like the poems of Emily Dickinson. Yo, what's up, Nas? You're so correct. That's what we're reading right now. How is Dark Souls today? Immured in heaven, what is sell? Every bondage be, thou sweetest of the universe. Like that which ravished thee. Who is she talking to here? Sweetest of the universe. Is she like this? I don't know what the context is of her writing this or who she's like addressing in the poem, but it feels like such a diss. It feels like she heard someone like complaining about their situation and just decided to like say that they were like overreacting and that they were having like first world problems or whatever. She's like, oh no, immured in heaven. Oh no. I wish everybody's problems were as easy as yours. There's such a fine line if you don't know what these words mean or if they're just fake old English. I've been doing a lot of Googling for alternate meanings of words. Is that a character in Omori? Wait, who? Immured? I don't remember what happened in Omori. Is she talking about Jesus or Mary? Oh, for the bondage, you mean? Thou sweetest of the universe. I don't know. Sweetest of the universe is like a weird way to address either Jesus or Mary, I think. Yo, Nick beat the game? That's awesome. Congratulations to Nick. I'm glad you had fun with it. Reading Canterbury Tales raw made you want to die? Well, Canterbury Tales is in Middle English. So it's like not... It's like actually a different language. I mean, it's like related enough you can like recognize most of the words, but you have to read it translated, right? If you're reading Canterbury Tales untranslated, that ain't right. Yo, good luck on Sonic Forces, Appa. I killed a young bird and I ate it on a bun. I'm hungry. I'm the least you could do. If only life were as easy as you, I would still get screwed. Yeah, I think that's pretty much what she's saying. 69 tickets in wheel. We might be at 69. We're pretty close. Yeah, I don't know if my interpretation for this was correct. I feel like I would... Maybe there's context missing on who she's addressing, or maybe I'm just not reading it right. That's how I read this. Part of the class, worst week ever. Yeah, that would suck. What's immured? Immured is like trapped or imprisoned. So she's saying like, oh no, you're stuck in heaven. Oh no, you're... That sucks. What a terrible punishment you got. But I mean, I guess she could be addressing like God or whatever, or whoever's imprisoned in heaven, Jesus. Still seems weird to call them sweetest of the universe. We're in 11 ticket submissions lately. Probably not. Are we only at 50? There are 55 plus 7. 62 tickets in the wheel. Oops. Yeah, opposite of demure, exactly. Sorry, I fucked up the thing briefly. Raw Dog and Beowulf to prove the woke mob wrong. Exactly. Okay, I'm gonna find a different one, unless someone wants to give me a number. Oh, this one looks meaty. Father and son. Oh, I'm not gonna understand any of this. I'm gonna read it. Candor? No, I'm skipping 2 down. I'm doing the I'm seeing father and son. We're gonna do some deep analysis. I forgot the R from Candor. Also, oh, Crandor from yeah, Vernscape. I get you. Good luck on the Panzer Dragoon Saga, Roxy. Deep anally sis. Don't bring that up around me if you're not going to follow through. Sorry. Who were the father and the son, we pondered when a child? And what had they to do with us? And when the portentous told, with inference appalling, by childhood fortified, we thought, at least they are no worse than they have been described. Who are the father and the son, did we demand today? The father and the son himself would doubtless specify, but they had the felicity when we desired to know. We better friends had been, perhaps, than time ensue to be. We start to learn what we believe but once, entirely. Belief, it does not fit so well when altered frequently. We blush that heaven if we achieve, event ineffable. We shall have shunned until ashamed to own the miracle. Huh? I don't get it yet, but you can tell. Yeah, I don't quite get it yet either. Felicity is luck, right? Or no, state of being happy. My bad. Happiness. Just belief does not fit so well when altered frequently. I do like those lines. Those are good lines. I don't know about the whole strokes of it. We blush that heaven if we achieve an event ineffable. I don't know. Also, event ineffable is like a weird phrase. Shall have shunned until ashamed to own the miracle. Started Valley music with these poems. I ran out of music to play. Nobody gave me appropriate ones. This is the closest thing on the recommendeds. What is this? Bug music? Bug music does not match. Are you kidding me? Bug music is not better. I think Stardew's better than the bug music. I guess we're looking at, I mean, for me, she seems to be analyzing like doubt or, you know, agnosticism or whatever regarding religion from like different times in life. Game crashes and the bug report pop-up just says event ineffable. Yeah, seriously. Animal Crossing would also work, it's true. Bug music's fine, it just doesn't fit the vibe of the dick in your son. Nice bug, Appa. Like, they're saying, you know, as like a child, you question the whole father and son, you know, religion-y nonsense or whatever, because you're innocent, because it genuinely doesn't make, you're genuinely like haven't heard of it, because it's not intuitive, because you're like, what the hell does any of this actually mean? And you're like, okay, well, whatever. And then it's like the now is like you're demanding answers. You're like, God, what the hell? What is going on? I would be better friends with you if you had the felicity to answer our questions. Like, God, we got questions for you. What's up? And then at the end, but it kind of ends by saying, okay, eventually I kind of get it. I kind of get the whole God thing, but you know, it took us a while to get to that point. At least that is that's my vibes I get from this. I just think voodoo. Elder Scrolls 5 Skyrim. I don't know if Skyrim really fits this either. Crimson Desert has been confirmed to be a JRPG. One of the quests is to kill a god. Oh my god, spoilers? For the game I'm definitely going to play. Okay, people wanted me to read the Andor one. Andor, my tepid friend, come not to play with me. The mirrors and mochas of the mind are its iniquity. What is iniquity inequity? What is iniquity? Gross injustice or wickedness. Oh. No longer that's modalism. No longer that's Arianism. No longer that's miaphysitism. No longer that's tritheism. Oh my god, I can't know, Brungo. That's autism. I don't know what any of these words mean. You took Anomaly Dickinson to the knee. That sounds like a good time. Also, I am not wicked. So, okay, wickedness. Candor, my tepid friend. not to play with me. And what, just to make sure I'm not stupid, candor is honesty, right? It's like the only definition of it. Forthrightness, fairness, brightness, brilliance, kindliness is archaic. Murs and mochas of the mind. So bright. Oops. Like being candid. I'm curious. So I know myrrh is like a it's like an incense, right? Of some kind. It's like a tree sap with like religious usage significance. I don't know the exact like connotation, but it's like something religious-y. I don't know what mochas in this case would be, other than like, you know, caffeinated coffee. Not wait until you've had your myrrhs and mochas in the morning. Emily was such a white girl. Myrrh is what you say when you get up in the morning and see a person. Okay. Any cat boys or cat girls in chat? Right? Also like candle. Oh, candor like candle. Ain't Candor that Star Wars show that's pretty good? Mirrors and mochas of the mind are its... I feel like I can't... I would need to know what she means by mirrors and mochas. Hi, kitties. Ain't Candy that chatter? Ex-chatter. Candy, sadly, is no longer with us. Candor is the bird. Oh, my bad. I'm gonna see... Are they both fruits? Myrrh, I think it's not. I'm pretty sure myrrh is a sap. Mocha. Definition. Small, regularly shaped coffee bean of plants growing in the mountainous region of Yemen. Similar coffee grown in Ethiopia. A pliable suede finished glove leather from African sheepskins. Or a dark chocolate brown color. Or are they colors? Is myrrh a color? Reddish brown, dark red. Are these supposed to be colors? Never forgive me for banning candy. I didn't ban candy. Your Candor Londo. Don't want none unless you got buns, hon. All right, I like Candor Londo. Or the old wise men dust? Yeah. Tash used to play bass for your Candor Londo. You can't keep taking Tash's bit. That's what they gave to Jesus. Did they also give him mocha? Is mocha a different gift that he got? Myrrhs and mochas of the mind. So, okay. So, okay. What? I don't know. I don't understand. I can't read this one. I don't know what a mocha is supposed to be. I think they're supposed... Maybe they're supposed to be gifts. If they're just supposed to be generic gifts, then it's like... gifts of the mind are its wickedness? Is that how I'm reading this? Candor, like... Do not come to play with me. Reminder, it's... Because, like, if candor is, like, kindness... If candor is supposed to be like kindness, as one of the definitions that I saw, or like, you know, honesty, goodness, and thus an antonym of iniquity, right? So, and myrrhs and mochas are like rich gifts, like generic rich gifts. So this is saying, oh, I don't want to be nice. I want to be a bad girl. That's what's fun. You know what I mean? Like, maybe that's what this is saying. She wants to be Shadow the Hedgehog. She says, I'm done being Mrs. Nice Girl. Maybe she's using it as a loan word to seem educated. I think this is the interpretation I'm settling on with my current knowledge. I'm saying she's just being a little bit bad. She's being a little bit slay, and she's saying, I want to be, you know, I want to reject candor. It's much nice. The true rich gifts of the mind are to be a little bit wicked now and then. I don't know. Did someone say 55 at some point? that a long time ago? Think I'm on to something? Yeah, I don't know. That was my best bet. Let's go. What's the name of that poem? I don't know. These aren't named, unfortunately. The first line is "Candor, my tepid friend." Candor means talking candidly, and the Murs Mochas is like a cute phrase for intrusive thoughts. Could be. Well, candor also means, apparently, freedom from prejudice or malice, brightness, and then archaically kindliness, according to Merriam-Webster. So I think it's just like being nice versus being mean. Technically named by the first line. Okay, well then that was the name. Let's read. Hi Webster. Hi. So set its sun in thee. What day is dark to me? What distance far? So I the ships may see, that touch how seldomly thy shore. The hell does that mean? So set its sun in thee. What day is dark to me? What distance far? So I the ships may see, touch us. I have no idea what that, I'm spaced out. I feel like I've used up all my juices. What is this clip from Rabbit? So, and Murs and Mochas are like rich gifts, like generic rich gifts. So this is saying, oh, I don't want to be nice. I want to be a bad girl. That's what's fun. Right. That was my... Thank you, Rabbit. That was my interpretation. That was the best that I had. Beach Day episode, she saw a ship on the horizon. Is that it? Some of these poems are literally just like, she saw a thing and like wrote about it in like a floristic way. Or in like a, you know, fancy way. What day is dark to me? What distance far? So I the ships may see. A touch how seldomly they show. I have no idea. Things are like other things. We get it, poets. I know. When are they going to give up? Okay, I need... My brain is fried. I'm going to get one that I can actually read. Let's just do a short one. Even shorter one. Do you like a mocha latte? I wonder if there's a myrrh latte. I doubt it would taste good. Number 135. The incidents of love are more than its events. Investment's best expositor is the minute per sense. Okay, the fuck is an expositor? We're learning so many English words today. Expositor, a person who explains. Oh, brungsplain. To brungsplain, of course. A commentator. Who's in your ass? No, that's a suppositor. Investment's best expositor is the minutes per sense. Person who explains. Okay. Or is this supposed to be minute per sense or minute per sense? Is this supposed to be minute per sense? Is this minute or minute? Because minute can have like multiple meanings, so I'm not totally sure about this. A Murloc K. That's World of Warcraft something. Ash Wednesday latte goes hard. I think you put some ash in my drink. W English orthography, I know. Because I feel like people used to say percents. Like, what is now one word, percent, used to have a space in it. It used to be percent, like, separately. Like, used to be typed or written separately, right? So she could just be saying minute percents. As in, she's saying, love isn't about the big things, it's about, like, the little things. Or whatever, right? That's, like, the whole saying. But if it's minute percents, that might mean something entirely different. It's not minute percents. But I don't even know what minute per sense would be. So maybe the first thing is just it. She's just saying, oh, it's about the little things. My love language is when you get me the mocha latte. What about other short one? Wordplay? It could be wordplay. If you make a recipe for a myrrh latte, will it make it? How available is myrrh? Is it, like, expensive? Myrrh. Amazon. Harness the power of myrrh. Wait, what? Wait, what? Where is that? Wait. What do you mean? Wait. How does Amazon work? No, you missed it? Hold on. I'm confused. It says, see, when I say myrrh here, the little thing underneath says, harness the power of myrrh, a revered natural resin with a rich history. Oh, this is just like the AI overview for what myrrh is. I guess that's writing the SEO for the actual link. Okay, it's not that expensive. I could buy some myrrh. Sure. I'll allow you to make a myrrh drink for me. The power of myrrh. You and you're a zombie. That's a +2. I like when Patches said myrrh was like the cats making the myrrh noises. Like myrrh? Well, I can't do it. I can't purr. Probably try steeping a piece of myrrh in cream. If you make ice cream out of it, that'd be pretty good. Let's listen to another short one, shall we? Oh, maybe slightly less short. Let's do 138. Bad girl can't purr. Can anybody purr? Purring, cats have an entire purr box to be able to purr. I don't know how the fuck. I don't think humans can even do that. At least not thoroughly. That's what the frog's for. No! No! I've been had again. Like bees murmur? Right. Engine? Oh, sorry. Engine. Oh, no. Oh, I thought there was a poem that started with the engine that you wanted me to read, but you were just talking about purring. Oh, we can make it purr. Is that like a proposition? Number 138. Safe despair it is that raves, agony is frugal, puts itself severe away for its own perusal. Garrisoned no soul can be in the front of trouble. Love is one, not aggregate, nor is dying double. No soul be in the front of trouble. Not aggregate, nor is what is going on here? Good night. You'll have a good night, monkey genitals. If you got to rub against your owner's legs, it would make you purr finally. Okay. Maybe. I hope you get to test this theory one day, Jackie. I'm having trouble reading this again. Maybe it's just too late in the night and I'm incapable of reading any poem that is more than 4 lines. Is this one obvious? Does this make sense? Murmur, did witchcraft heal diff? Yeah, exactly. Oh, I see what you meant earlier about the bees murmuring. You were so sucked into that poem you missed that comment. Did you like that poem, bud? Safe despair it is that raves, agony is frugal, puts itself severe away for its own perusal. There is in no soul can penetrate. This one. I don't, dude. I'm like reading the words, but I'm not thinking about them. Poems at 4 hours don't count like the puzzle games. I agree. These are puzzles. I mean, these are a lot like puzzles, trying to figure out what the fuck's going on. So my puzzle brain is dead after 3 hours. Seems to be personifying things. Oh, okay, I'm gonna try to lock in. Safe despair. It is that raves. What is raves? I mean, raves just, okay, as in like talks about or is excited about. Agony is frugal. Safe despair it is that rave. Puts itself severe away for its own. Person who seldom be in the front of trouble. Love is one, not aggregate, nor is dying to... I don't know what's going on. Thank you for raving. Is this the new Baba Is You? This is the new Baba Is You. It's where you dance and do drugs. Thank you, Minty. I would, you know, oh God, I wish I could go to raves. I wish I had, like, was of the, like, social standing to be allowed in a rave, you know? Just because I like the music. And I like very loud music blasting very loudly in my face. But I think I would be removed from the function if I tried. Raves is like a compliment. I guess I don't know what safe despair even means. Safe despair it is that raves. So despair that raves is safe? Agony is frugal. Puts itself... I don't know. I give up. Going to rave and asking, hey, can you turn it down a tad? No. I like I would want to go there because it's loud. I'm just saying, like, I would be going there sober and, like, alone. You know? Finishing a game and reading Dickinson poems for the rest of the stream is a great bit. It is kind of funny. Like, dying hurts, but it's over after a bit. It's not twice. Oh, that is probably it. And she's making that comparison to love as well, which is kind of interesting. Saying you only love once, which definitely not true. But maybe I'm wrong. Would go to a rave with me? Thank you, Appa. Thank you. Thank you. I would also, well, I'm trying to think. I was trying to like throw it back at you by also offering to go somewhere with you, but I don't know. I couldn't think of another place to go. I was like, what else do people go outside and do other than raves? Yeah, I would go grocery shopping with you, Appa. That's something people do. There's other sober people at raves? I guess. What if I also don't dance? That would be kind of weird. Emily Dickinson project of her just writing random shit and the world fell for it as a deep introspection. How your tired mind is interpreting all these poems. Let's just do a 4-liner. I can handle a 4-liner. Here. Or here. Number 145. Of so divine a loss, we enter but the gain. Indemnity for loneliness, that such a bliss has been. Okay, indemnity? Security against hurt, loss, or damage. So, like, protection. Exemption from incurred penalties or liabilities. So protection against loneliness. Such a bliss has been. Enter but the gain. So divine a loss. What? We enter but the... Oh, I'm toast. Were these words more common then? I don't know. Probably partially. I assume they're at least partially more commonly used, but it's also like there's a tradition. I assume it also would be a tradition of if you write poetry, you use words that are less commonly used as well, right? Folks, I'll be totally honest. I'm not reading the words anymore. I think I'm out of steam. Technically, we got 15 minutes yet, but I don't think I have anything profound to say for the next 15 minutes. And you know I've been saying super profound things for the other 3.5 hours. So what I'm getting at is I think I'm wrapping up. Honestly, I'm shocked I managed to get this far. In the first half hour, I thought, oh shit, I'm going to have to give up after like an hour of this. 15 minutes of vibe? We could do 15 minutes of vibe, but I think I'm actually just going to raid feed it. I think that's what will happen. Emily has 1. Emily, you did okay. Thank you for the snaps, Minty. We read some poetry today. We spun the wheel and we did the bit. W poetry stream, thank you. Thank you everybody who hung out. I know this wasn't very exciting, but yeah. In the grand scheme of things. Roxy, thank you for the ticket. It was an interesting change of pace. You had fun? Yeah, I'm glad. W woman, I agree. No, you don't have to apologize, Roxy. You're good. It's what the wheel is for. We're gonna go raid Vita today, I think. I will be back tomorrow. I'll be starting Fallout New Vegas because it's been a long-term goal of me to finally play that game at some point. I've tried several times and failed. Be sure to say hi to Vita for me and have a good night, Roxy, Jackie, Butt, Ironhawk, Minty, Appa. Anyone else still lurking? Rabbit? See you next month. It won't be that long. Maybe. Who knows? I don't know if we got a raid message. Maybe like, what is a funny word? Let's just, how about the raid message is just myrrh and mochas. Nosegay is pretty good too. Take your pick, whatever you want. Okay, have a good night, everybody. Thank you for hanging out. Bye-bye.